good, everybody? Welcome to the 30th episode of Season 2 of the Bobcast. I'm back with my boys DJ and Ant.
Sorry, I'm stretching. I was in a moment. Sorry.
In a moment?
Ant, your face.
I was in the moment, bro. Sorry.
You were in a moment. Wow.
We're basically just going to be talking about the post-NFL draft. We'll be talking about steals of the draft. And I'm reading from my phone, as you can see. Biggest reach, in our opinions, early, way too early, offensive and defensive rookie of the years. And then some of our favorite guys from the draft. I'm stuttering. I don't know why. Am I nervous?
Yeah, you're nervous like when Ant said way. Way.
Okay, bro. Let me bring it up.
Hi.
Ant, start us off.
Ant, start us off with your...
That part.
Yeah. All right, what do you got?
All right, welcome back to the Interruption video. But yes, for today's interruption, we have steal of what was the wrong page?
We have steal of draft.
My bad. My bad. Kind of spoiled it. Anyways, for the interruption today, there was 147 immigrants found in a nightclub in Chicago, underground though. So, yeah, kind of strange. I just seen it on the news. Like I had to put it on here. Also, I want to get the Bobcast's reaction to finding out that Shador got prank called. I want to see y'all's reaction.
That was messed up.
Like this.
Yeah, it was. Honestly, that's when I started feeling bad for Shador when that had initially happened. I mean,
it happened to Tyler Warren too.
I mean,
it did really.
Yeah, it happened to somebody else too, but it's Shador, and I guess the media really cares about Shador saying this. So.
Yeah.
Sorry.
And the fact that it was Jax Obrich, the Falcons defensive coordinator's son.
Yeah. Bro, what a Mordecai Rigby move, bro.
What a Mordecai Rigby move.
Stick it in, hold on. We're good. We're stuck.
Yeah, it was
What's in?
I started feeling bad for Shador too.
Yeah, I feel bad because I get it. Like he wasn't drafted in like the first 2 rounds, but
just to do that. He was. And I mean, I guess it's a pretty common thing to do that for some odd reason, but
I guess, yeah.
To do it to a guy like that was expected to go literally like first pick in like 6 months ago mock drafts to go into the what he went like, and just doing that is like, it's a very unclassy move, especially by a defensive coordinator's son who's 21.
Yeah.
Who shouldn't? I mean, that's still relatively
21.
young, even though we're like still in our teens. But I feel like you're grown enough to know what's right and what's wrong, and in that situation, you just did something that was
what he shouldn't have done is
wrong.
At least he shouldn't have posted the video.
That's
where
what
he messed up.
Generally don't get. Why do people decide to post prank calls like that and expect like to not get a negative reaction?
Yeah, that was
so.
He definitely got a bunch of backlash from that.
Oh yeah, he definitely got hate for it. Yeah,
like, he could get his dad fired for that.
He really can, but
the Falcons said they're not going to take action on it.
Yeah,
but like,
it's not even.
Some certain teams could take action on that if they wanted to.
Yeah,
the only way he would get Shador's number would be from his dad's phone.
Or just like leftover papers or something like that.
That's sad, bro. Really, we love Shador.
I like Shador.
We'll talk about him later, though.
Yeah, we'll talk about him later.
All right. So let's get into our first little segments of this, where we are going to be talking about the steals of the draft. You guys can see the graphic on the screen now. The steals of the draft. Steals of the draft.
And you were just
and your first.
You were gonna start off with that.
It's Ant Bobby DJ.
Oh,
yep.
Like always.
It's in order.
But yeah,
the graphic is.
For the steal of the draft, I have maybe Jalen Milroe.
Why you sound so nervous?
From Alabama.
I have QB.
It was my turn. It was like I went first to be nervous. Now it's Ant's time to be nervous, and then it'll be you, DJ.
Jalen Milroe.
For his first college stats, yeah, Yeesh. What is Bobby saying?
Just go read off the college set.
Oh my god, I'm getting scared because Bobby's talking to me. I'm trying to understand what Bobby's talking. But anyways, yes, his college stats. Yeah, he has completed stats is 205, attempts is 319, and his completed percentage is 64.3. Passing yards is a 2,000. 2,844. And he has 16 touchdowns and 11 interceptions. I feel like that's his only like, downside. But he's a very mobile quarterback, so why I called it the steal of the draft, because I feel like he should have been picked higher. Because he was the combine said that he was predicted to go first to third, and he ended up going third, but I feel like he should have still been up there around first or second. Just because, he's mobile, he can throw. His only downside is that he gets nervous in the pocket, and sometimes he'll throw it under the receiver
I did watch a lot of Alabama games, and I did notice that he tends to underthrow a lot of passes. So obviously that's going to be a concern, but I do like the electricity he brings whenever he's scrambling. Whenever he's scrambling and it's a big run, is like some of the best scrambling you've ever seen. It's damn near on like Lamar Jackson levels of scrambling. So
he also
I just feel like under the right coaching.
Yeah.
That all those flaws
with what we kept saying about Sam Darnold, they have an out. They could basically cut him after 1 year for no dead money. They structured the contract well to where if Sam Darnold's bad, they can get rid of him and Jalen Milroe's their starter next year. So
I hope.
I do.
I would love to
you hope? You hope that?
I hope. You know what else I hope? I hope we got him. I know we got a tight end, which is what we wanted. It was a fork found in kitchen moment, but I still wish we had a backup for Stafford.
All right, Bobby. Unless are you still going?
Nope.
All right, Bobby. Who do you got?
DJ sniped me off this one.
While making the graphics.
I got Billy Bowman Jr., safety from the University of Oklahoma. He spent all 4 years at Oklahoma. I was saying earlier to Anthony, I did not do stats. So I don't know if that was required or recommended.
I told him at least for the steal of the draft.
Well, I pulled up his stats. Hopefully my backup phone doesn't die. It's at 2%, but I don't really care right now. It's gonna die. He finished his career with 199 tackles, 11 interceptions in 4 years. That's not too bad.
Yeah, he's a ball hawk.
He's definitely a ball hawk. He returned 3 of those touchdowns back in 23, along with his career high in interceptions, which was 6. And he's for sure a ball hawk, so he should give some valuable coverage defense for the. I don't know if
All right, my guy. I have Braden Swinson, defensive end for LSU. The Patriots got him in the 5th round, pick 146. I thought he should have went in the 3rd round from what I've seen from him.
He could have got
him. This season he had 30 tackles, 13 TFLs, 8.5 sacks. Both of those, the 13 TFLs and 8.5 sacks, led LSU. But like I said, I really feel like he could have been a 3rd round pick, maybe early 4th. But they got him in the 5th round at pick 146. I guess the downside is since he was a senior, he's older. I think he's 23 years old now, and teams don't like to take older guys in the earlier rounds unless I guess you're a quarterback, which we'll talk about later. Taking a 25-year-old quarterback in the second round. But yeah, Braden Swinson is my steal of the draft, and I feel like the Patriots got a very good one, and he will develop for years to come.
But yeah, on a side note, Jalen Milroe did go to the Seahawks. But yes, I feel like with them, since they haven't had like a pretty good quarterback, I feel like he could fill that spot with the right coaching. So yeah.
All right, and for the next thing, we are going to do our biggest reach of the draft, which is a player that you feel like, was taken earlier than they should have, or, a team gave up more to trade up for him. I'll say that again because I was thinking of one player. Bobby will know what I mean when he comes back. I'll say this again. But some teams did. There was a lot of trade up and trade backs in this draft. It was a very fun draft, very unpredictable.
Very. Oh, not for you though. You predicted the picks.
I predicted a lot of the first.
If y'all were watching,
I did.
If y'all were watching the stream,
if y'all didn't watch the draft. Well, I was telling Ant before I put up the graphic about the biggest reach, Bobby. I said I factored into mine what a team gave up for the player.
I should have did that. You're right.
So you know what player I was thinking of?
Yes.
But I went a different player. But we'll get to that after Bobby and Anthony. Anthony, go first. Who is your biggest reach?
So my biggest reach was
yeah.
I hate how you did something, but the camera can't see you.
Who, me?
No, Anthony, because I know he did something when he said biggest reach. I heard it.
Bruh.
Really?
I got some Pop-Tarts, y'all.
Oh. Anyways, well, yes. For my biggest reach, as you've seen with the motion, if y'all could see the motion, was Kenneth Grant to the Dolphins. I feel like they picked him too early. I feel like they should have picked an offensive lineman to, cover Tua. Because I'd rather, put Tua, at least like a backup QB for Tua instead of like, having Tua play all the time. But, I'd rather pick a, protector than, a defensive player. I feel like they picked him too early. They could have definitely put him like, they could have swapped picks. They could have picked because they picked the offensive line in the next round. I feel like they could have done that. They could have picked, flip-flop.
I can see that. Yeah, I can see that. My biggest reach, I even told DJ this, I don't know dude. Never heard of him. Never seen him play ball because he played at Louisville. Ashton Galati. Now, he got picked in the second or third round.
I think he was early third, right?
Early third by the Kansas City Chiefs. I literally told DJ, who the hell is Ashton Galati? Never heard of dude. But he might be a baller.
Yeah, he was the second pick of the third round.
Yeah, I don't know Louisville ball like that. He might be a baller. He might be a surefire tackler. Like, he might wrap your favorite running back up. So I don't know. I thought that was a reach, especially early in the third round. I actually saw that picture that you sent me earlier. I didn't even know bro was projected to go in the first round at that time. So I think bro just might have been that good, but then there were some other players that came in better than him, so he fell all the way to the third round. So I'd say that's a reach.
All right, my biggest reach is Isaac Tesla, wide receiver from Arkansas. He went in third round to the Lions, pick 70. I can see why the Lions like this guy. The reason I'm calling him a reach, I don't think they had to trade up to get him. They gave up 2 third-round picks in 2026 to get him, to trade up to pick 70. Wow. And they also gave up like their fourth, which is why I know they picked 70, and then their next pick wasn't until like pick like near 200, because they said it on the draft stream. They were like, the Lions haven't had a pick in over 100. So yeah, for me it was the giving up the 2 third-round picks that makes me call it a reach. I'll just say who the other guy was, because we'll talk about him again later. It's James Pierce with the Falcons, but I'll give my real thoughts on that later. Go.
All right, so for number 3 on our hello, segment list, whatever you want to call it, our script. We have impact, instant impact guys
Instant
or
impact,
rookies,
there you go.
rookie cookies. Lakers in 5. Sorry.
No.
So for player one, we have Carson Swishinger. I put Swish Signer on here because I couldn't spell singer correctly. But anyways, I feel like that defense from the Browns, him, Myles Garrett, and Mason Graham would be tough. That's the big three on D right there. Pause. But yes, I feel like that'd be a tough defense. Number 2, I have Josiah. Josiah recently got signed with the Rams. Don't remember his last name.
Stewart.
Josiah Stewart.
God damn it.
Josiah Stewart. Josiah Stewart. Yes. I feel like him and Verse, since they're both edges, I feel like that'll be a dynamic duo right there. Because Byron Young is also getting pretty old. So yeah,
he was old when y'all drafted him.
he was pretty old whenever we drafted him.
Byron Young was like near 25 when they drafted him, so he was
like mid-20s,
28, 29. He's 28, I think. Byron
He's pretty old. But he's still producing. He's still producing.
Yeah, until he retires
shout out to
2
him.
years.
Okay, but yeah, shout out to the OG. Anyways, number 3, I have Ginty, like as Bobby likes to say, Ginty.
Ashton Ginty, yeah.
Ginty, yeah. I feel like he could really upgrade the Raiders' run game, and help out with the QB. And I would love to throw some hate on Raheem Mostert because
you already do.
You sold me.
What did Raheem Mostert do?
You sold me in fantasy.
Raheem.
Sold me in fantasy, bro. Sold me in fantasy.
Wow. So because he sold you in fantasy.
Let me look up a song.
If he didn't sell me in fantasy, bro, I would have never threw any heat. But no, he threw me in fantasy. All those games I should have won, but you threw. Well, yes.
You did lose a
3
lot.
players, guys.
Interesting.
All right.
I want you to know about that.
Next, Bobby.
Hi guys. My first guy is Princely Umanmielen, the Carolina Panthers. I honestly love this pick when we first got him. I think he's definitely gonna be he could possibly be day one starter. In all honesty,
he could have been He could have been your steal pick. To be honest.
Yeah, he could have. But I like Billy Bowman too.
Round.
He should have for sure won in the second round. And even even Dave Canales said he did mock drafts. It was literally impossible.
Yeah, he could not
get both Nick Skirton, and Princely. So that's a steal in itself for them. But I put Billy Bowman. I just wanted to be different. I didn't because I put Princely twice on here already. I didn't want to put him 3 times. That's a little too. That's kind of like. That's like Princely glaze, and I'm willing to glaze Princely.
I will be glazing Princely this year.
I will be grazing. Whoa!
Wait!
I will be glazing Princely this year. I will be buying his jersey, whatever number he wears.
33.
My second guy is Tennessee Titans tight end Gunnar Helm. He played for Texas, but he should be a day one starter for Tennessee too, especially for new weapon for Cam Ward. And as DJ likes to say, rookies are like year 2, year 3 quarterbacks love going to their tight ends. So expect a big year out of Gunnar Helm if he gets the ball a lot. And
Bryce Young's rookie year was so bad because he was throwing to Ian Thomas. His tight end 1.
Yeah. Anyways. And my last guy, wide receiver from Utah State. This is the guy I stole from DJ, Jalen Royals. I just picked him. He's gonna be a big depth piece within the Chiefs wide receiver group, and just in case like anybody gets injured, he should be able to be very impactful within that group. So yeah, let's pass it on to DJ.
All right. Lost my phone for a second.
DJ, can't lose your phone.
I don't know how I did. All right, my instant impact rookies. I have Nick Skirton, Panthers. Really, because he's coming in and he's already excelling at the one thing that the Panthers are terrible at, and that's stopping the run. And he has a very good pass rush bag, and that's just going to get better. He's only 20 years old. I think they said he's the youngest guy in the draft. We traded up to get him. We didn't trade that much. We literally just traded draft classes, basically, with the Broncos. Mm-hmm. So he comes in and he will make an instant impact. He might start with reports that Panthers might cut Jadeveon Clowney to save some money to sign a safety. My next guy is Donovan Ezeraku. I really wanted him, but I'm glad we got Nick Skirton. He's a dog. Dallas got a good one. I'm excited to watch him. He's going to be a reason why I watch Dallas, obviously, as well with Micah Parsons. Micah Parsons is going to take a lot of pressure off him, and I could see Donovan having like 6 sacks in his rookie season. Last guy is Nicky Manwuri. He is going to be Mike McDonald's Kyle Hamilton. That's why. He will start.
Mike McDonald came from Baltimore?
From Baltimore, yeah. He was their DC.
Nice.
He will be his Kyle Hamilton. And
just a little shorter.
Yeah, he's a little shorter, but another dog.
But not even a little shorter, a lot shorter, because Kyle Hamilton is like 6'4".
But
so
we'll make it work. They traded up to get him, so they really believe in him, and that's why he will be an instant impact rookie.
Oh my god.
Yeah, he should be able to.
Oh. Sorry.
Yeah.
And we pass it on to you with your rookie of the year.
Yeah. Also, I know I forgot to add, because I wrote it so small in here, was Joseph Stewart was excited to be a Ram.
Oh, what did he say about it?
Ram.
Yes, sir.
Yes.
Hey, not better than Nick Skirton knocking all the hats.
Yo, Nick Skirton was disrespectful, bro. Oh my god.
What did Nick Skirton do?
When he knocked down all the hats.
He knocked all the hats. He said, fuck all them teams, bro. Like,
yes, sir.
Yeah.
Yeah.
All
I like that. I like that.
Who
energy.
are your rookie of the year predictions?
For our extremely early defensive rookie of the year.
Offense.
I have 3.
Start with offense.
Start with all.
Offense. Okay, my bad. Start with the O. You already know what I gotta put. You already know what I gotta put him. I gotta put him. Mr. Tet.
No, don't call him Tet. Yeah, there you go.
No, we don't.
We don't call him Tet.
Yes, my bad.
We don't call him. We're not allowed to call him that.
His mom said, and we listen to moms.
Okay.
We do listen to moms.
We love moms.
Mm-hmm.
But yes, and then we have Mr. T-Mac. We also have Will Campbell. Felt like, throwing a little bit of spice in there. Even though he might not get it, but
Might not, he won't, but
bro,
they
he
need
won't,
to give some
his mentality.
They need an offensive lineman of the year award.
Oh, finish your thing. Finish your thing. I'll keep my hand up.
All right, keep your hand up. Keep going, Ant.
Oh, but no, I feel like the way, like, his mentality. He said he's willing to, protect his quarterback all the times. I feel like that's why he would be a good honorable mention. Did I go to defense or the Bobby?
Do you want to go, Bobby, or does he do his defense?
I'll go.
It's up to him. It's up to him.
All right, you go. Who are your defenses?
I'm gonna go with Bobby. Oh, I'll go to Bobby. I want to hear what Bobby wants to say.
Bobby?
Why don't I feel like the NFL should do like an all rookie like team
with like offensive linemen too? They really should.
They really should. I don't get it why they don't.
And it could be another incentive to help guys earn more money on their contract. If you made it an all rookie team, yeah.
Okay, I like that. I like that.
Because like I said, that or have an offensive lineman of the year award.
Something.
They need to have something.
Because old linemen don't get enough.
They don't
love like that. They really don't.
They don't. Yeah, they really don't.
I appreciate the lineman because I was once a lineman.
Me too.
DJ was too.
And should have been out there.
In the grass.
He was just a water boy.
Water boy.
Yes, sir.
All right.
But yes.
Rookie of the years.
D Rose. I don't know how to mix up letters, but it's defensive rookie of the year. I don't think I put that right. Anyways, I have Carson Swishinger and my green.
Second appearance for Carson for Ant.
Yep.
Yeah. I love me some Carson.
So those are your rookie of the year predictions?
Yeah, defensive rookie of the year, yeah. And offensive. My bad.
Yeah.
All right. Well, for my offensive rookie of the years, possibly, because I also put 2 possible candidates. The first guy I put was Ashton Jeanty for the Las Vegas Raiders. I almost called him Oakland because I still think they're in Oakland. But I think I don't know how the offense is going to be, but I for sure see Ashton just blowing the roof off in Allegiant Stadium and just being one of the best rookies in this class. So
much order.
I think he'd personally be in there, and then of course Nalo is bias.
Nalo.
And for my defensive rookie of the year, I think it's gonna be between Abdul and Travis, but I think Abdul is gonna take it all. He's for sure probably.
Well, from what I've heard, apparently Travis is a wide receiver first for the Jaguars.
Really? Okay.
That's what their GM said during like the 6th, 7th round. Yeah.
All right. Well,
that
opened. That's why I really didn't put Travis because
I don't know what what position he's playing first.
Right.
What he's gonna play? Yeah.
Yeah.
I just kind of had it up in the air, so I picked Abdul instead.
For mine,
good to see my green though.
I have 2 guys. I have Nola. No, not Nola. I've seen something. Nalo. Winning offensive rookie of the year. Dave Canales loves his big wide receivers. Mike Evans, DK, former wide receiver coach. So, and we got Bryce Young, his weapon. All the talks about him are he's slow, but since they look at stats,
he's smooth with his route.
Everything. If he has 9 touchdowns in his rookie year, that could be favored to win.
And at least 800, 900
800
receiving yards.
That's all he needs, really, unless they give it to Cam Ward, because offensive rookie of the year has been a quarterback award. Same with MVP though.
Kind of like a award I do know in the NBA.
And defensive rookie of the year also have Abdul Carter. I really think he's gonna win it. He's a beast, and he should win it. All right, Ant, your favorite players. Notice the trend.
Okay.
No, don't tell us the trend until the end.
Yeah, I don't.
Okay, but yes.
Save the
number 1, Mr. Swish Singer. Mr. Carson Swish Singer. 3rd time. And then number two. I might rush for more people. We got Mr. Nalo, Mr. T-Mac. Why is Bobby? Oh, Bobby just glitching. Yes, we have T-Mac for number 2. We have T-Mac for number 2. And number 3, we have Dylan Gabriel. I love Dylan Gabriel. I love his backstory, how he made it to the NFL and all that, so gotta put him up there. Number 4, JT. Don't know his last name.
JT what? JT what?
Do you want me to pronounce it for you? I could probably pronounce it for you. JT Tui Molau. Tui Molau.
Yeah.
Maluau.
Yeah, and then we got
Maluau?
Yeah, it's Tui Maluau.
Tui Maluau. Okay.
Yeah. And then number 5, we have a Francisco Mauigoa.
There you go.
Yeah, Mauigoa. If y'all didn't notice,
Yeah, we didn't know
4.
Yeah, the
trend was the last 4 were all Islanders.
Yeah, look at Ant.
Look at Ant.
And look at
his graphic.
Camera. Look at the camera.
If y'all didn't know, I'm Islander, not Mexican. Islander.
Wait, have people said you got Mexican before? Who said you were Mexican?
I'm just saying. Because, I have the little Mexican filter on, I can take this off right now.
The Mexico filter.
The Mexico filter. All right, Bobby.
The Meltico. What the hell? My first guy, Maxwell Harrison. And I'm going to give reasons why I like these guys. First of all, Maxwell Harrison, he dapped up every single guy that got drafted in the first round. So I automatically saw that as a green flag. He's going to be the ultimate teammate. If there was an award for a teammate of the year, it'd be Maxwell Harrison. The next guy I have is Baron Sorrell, and it's possibly the reason DJ has as well.
Same reason, yeah.
He basically just went to the draft, and Roger Goodell announced him as the Packers pick in like what, the third round? It was the third round.
He was the third round.
And he came.
Yeah.
He put on the hat. Unfortunately, he didn't get a jersey like that. So, but it was still nice to see him go up on that stage for that opportunity in that moment. So, a lot of players should do that more often because I like that. The next guy is of course T-Mac, Nalo, Tedero, McMillan, bias, Princely for the second appearance, and Xavier Watts. He's just a dog.
Yes, he is. And we could have had him, but
yeah, it's okay.
I could also attack, but
Oh yeah. All right, for mine, I start off with Carson Schwarzenegger. I love watching linebackers, especially linebackers that can play in coverage. So he's my first one.
Yes.
He's a very good cover guy. Next one is Savon Ravel. It's Savon. It's not Chavon. I just found that
What?
out. Yeah, it's Savon Ravel Jr.
Oh god,
that's crazy.
Would have been an early first round pick this year if he didn't tear his ACL early in the year. So I felt bad. I didn't pick him because I felt bad. I feel bad. Went to the Cowboys. They know how to develop corners, so he should be good
pretty
there.
good at that.
Same reason Bobby has Barron. I love the guy, especially him getting drafted to Green Bay too. That it was just, I like seeing him.
It was fitting.
Diving up on the
fitting.
fans. It worked. And then Azare Thomas, the Jets got a steal in him. I thought he could have went earlier than he did, but he'll be good next to Sauce Gardner. And then Benjamin Morrison, I liked watching him at Notre Dame. And then his draft call, if y'all didn't watch the video, his draft call was very nice.
Very emotional.
Yeah. But that was all of those. Oh, you're waving now, Ant?
Oh no, my bad. I just want to say something.
Oh, go ahead.
I've been seeing a bunch of memes with Chris Paul Jr. being related to, even edits of Chris Paul Jr. being related to Chris Paul. It's not funny, guys. It's not funny.
Chris Paul, the what? There's a lot of Chris Pauls in the world. Oh, okay.
CP3.
No, because when he asked me earlier today when I was talking to him, he was like, so he's related to Chris Paul, right? No, Anthony,
No,
he's not.
Unfortunately not.
His name is just Chris Paul.
Chris
If you guys
Jr.
like the graphics, let us
But
know. We're trying to do things so you guys aren't just staring at our face all video.
Yeah, because I know, it gets boring to look at a good face like
Look
this.
at Anthony's face.
I mean, like these.
I hate you, man, with your damn Mexico filter.
Yes.
Did you notice with the teams I tried to change up the background for each of them?
Yep, I did.
I should have my daddy's dick with it.
Oh.
All right, y'all. So here we are. We're gonna be looking at every team's draft class. We made little graphics for it.
Yup.
They're in alphabetical order, so you gotta look through the video. There's also chapters. The Panthers and Rams are gonna be at the end because those are our favorite teams. So we yap about those a little bit more. But let's hop right into this, starting with the Arizona Cardinals.
Arizona.
They had
Cardinals.
one of my favorite drafts, especially towards the beginning. Those first two picks.
Yeah.
Getting Walter Nolan and Will Johnson. And Denzel Burke was someone that during our second to last mock draft, I wanted him on the Panthers. I really like the Cardinals draft. Cody Simon's a good linebacker too. I don't know much about Hayden Connor or Keaton Crawford, but they did. It was a very defensive heavy draft. Now that I'm looking at it,
yeah, it actually was mostly defensive.
Yeah, didn't they only pick like one guard?
Yeah, besides Hayden.
Yeah, one guard.
Yeah, it was.
I'll put my phone right here.
Just grabbing a paper.
Yeah, Hayden. Oh, I thought it was corner.
I think I'll give it a B plus.
Yeah, this Cardinals draft, at the beginning, that's what really sold me on it. If I knew more into Cody Simon, and Jordan Birch. If I knew more into these guys, obviously I know Denzel Burke. I like the value that they got for him. I think in the 5th round.
Yeah, I'm gonna give this a B plus.
Yeah, that's exactly what I was giving the Cardinals as well. I'm giving them a B plus.
Well, yeah, since I'll agree with that too. Since I don't know most of the players. So.
Did you write that down?
I do like that they're upgrading their defense.
Yeah, I do like that they went defensive heavy. I do really like that.
With the defensive mind,
I think their offense is pretty set as it is when it comes to like quarterback, running back, and receivers. And maybe they still have a little bit of more work to do on the line, but overall, I think they did a pretty good defensive draft.
And when I was watching the draft, they said Hayden Connor, like obviously him getting drafted in the 6th round, you're not expecting him to become a starter, but look at Trey Smith with the Chiefs.
Right.
You get the opportunity, look what happens. I'm not going to say what I was going to say about that draft class. If you know what I'm talking about, Bobby. Who was drafted before Trey Smith?
Was that the 22 draft?
That was the long snapper, right ahead of Trey Smith.
Just go, bro. Just
go.
Move on to the next. Just move on to the next. Just move on to the Falcons, bro.
Why?
I don't want to hear it.
Bro does not want to talk about. All right, next team. We have the Atlanta Falcons.
Okay. As much as I hate the Falcons, they did great.
Yeah.
They did great at picking what they needed. They got Jalen Walker at 15, and then obviously the questionable trade that they did with the Rams
for trade up to get James Pierce, which filled a need, but if they do good next year, this trade will look good. That's the thing. They have to do good next year.
They have to do at least decent.
And Michael Penix is good.
I'm
scared of him.
Very much.
But they went defensive heavy because they needed to.
They went with 2 safeties as well. They double dipped at safety as well.
Double dipping at safety. Yeah. Double dipped at both positions they needed.
Xavier Watts.
So,
right. Xavier Watson, my boy Billy Bowman Jr. from Oklahoma. I don't know why I have to say his.
And y'all heard about Xavier earlier too.
Yeah, I like Xavier a lot.
So for now, because we don't know how good the Falcons are gonna do, I'm gonna give this just a. I was gonna go C+, but I like them getting the safeties, so I'm gonna give it a B- now.
I'll give it a B+ too, though.
We don't know about the trade yet.
The trade.
If the Falcons do good, this is an A+ draft.
Right.
Yeah.
I'll give it a B. I'll give it a B.
It drops a lot.
Yeah.
That's how. I was thinking give it a B too. Yeah, because of that.
I'm gonna give it a B. I was gonna give it an A-, but
we're looking at this as analysts here
right now.
Yeah.
Until we get to our favorite teams.
Right.
Then I'll go analyst first, then bias. This next one, we're gonna be covering some of the players because they drafted way too many guys. The Ravens. I'll show you guys the whole graphic real quick, but there it is right there. The Ravens drafted 11 guys. They drafted a whole field of players. Starting there with Malachi Starks, pairing him with
Kyle Hamilton,
Mike Green. Good teams.
I love that pick for them.
Good teams can afford, if his legal issues are real, him getting suspended for 11 games. They can afford that. A team like the Panthers, who traded up, who many thought it was for Mike Green, can't afford that. They got Emory Jones, the offensive tackle from LSU. Teddy Buchanan, linebacker from Cal. Carson Vincent, offensive tackle for Alabama A&M. Bilal Combs,
I don't know much about him.
From Western Michigan. Tyler Loop, they drafted a kicker.
Yeah. Wasn't he like one of the first kickers off the board?
Yeah,
or like the first kicker off the board? Oh.
He was after him.
Okay.
And about this one, it kind of shows that Justin Tucker's legal issues might be real.
Oh, yeah.
And that they're actually considering LeJontay Wester, wide receiver from Colorado.
I love that pick for them.
I love that pick. Aeneas Peebles, D-tackle.
I like that pick as well.
I like that one, yeah. Robert Longerbeam,
Longer beam.
Longer beam
from
Longer
Rutgers. I haven't heard much of him, but
either.
They're probably looking at him to be, drafting the corner in that round. You're probably looking at him to be special teams
Depth.
And Garrett Dellinger, another LSU guy. He's probably the one that we're covering, the one with his gut out. I think that's him.
It is.
Yeah, that is.
It very much is.
As y'all can see, his stomach popping out from both.
I'm looking at him right now.
And do you see it?
Mm-hmm. That's a big old gut.
Gut?
Yeah, do you see his gut? The bottom right.
Yes, I see it. I see it, bro. I see the bullet hole. I see the bullet hole too, bro.
Oh my, the bullet hole.
For them having 11 picks, I expected it to be better.
Yeah, I expected it to be better, but I like the positions they addressed.
Yeah.
I feel like they had a lot of need.
The Ravens are always going to go for offensive linemen. You got to protect your guy. I do like the LeJohntay pick a lot.
Right.
I'm
tempted to give him an A-.
Sorry.
I was thinking around A-. I think I'm just going to go with an A for the Ravens.
A
from me.
I'm going to go A-.
It was a lot of picks, yeah.
Right.
It was a lot of picks. I'll go A, solid A. I feel like they went for what they needed for foundation.
A lot of depth. It was a lot of depth.
A lot of depth. Yeah.
I think probably after the kicker.
Yeah.
Most of them were depth picks.
Besides LeJohntay,
yeah. So after LeJohntay, even Peoples too, though.
Yeah, I like Peoples a lot. All right, next team we got the Buffalo Bills, who drafted one of Bobby's guys. One of his favorite guys, as y'all seen. Yeah,
Maxwell Hairston. Yeah,
they needed a corner.
They for sure did.
I'm glad he went in the first because he was one that I kept saying he will go in the first.
Mm-hmm.
They had T.J. Sanders up there.
Oh my God! Wait a minute.
They got him.
Jeez.
Landon Jackson.
Sanders. Wow. There's no relations to
no relations. No relations.
Okay, my bad.
No relations. Oh my God.
No relations.
My bad. What about Carlson?
Deion Walker, big human being, large. Human being.
Now that I'm looking at it, their first 4 picks, even 5 picks, are ridiculously good.
And do you see how big number 0 is in the blue?
It's a big old
dude. He's a big boy. He's a nose
Big
tackle.
old dude.
Yeah.
Yeah, he's big.
He's a nose tackle?
Yeah.
Yeah, no running back is getting past that, bro. I'm sorry.
I don't think so.
Yeah. I even like their tight end pick from Georgia Tech, Jackson. He's a nice blocker coming in behind Dawson Knox and Dalton Kincaid, so I like that.
I love Dawson's.
Why do I have the Cedar-Ville?
From UConn and Caden Prather from Maryland.
And even the cornerback from Virginia Tech, Dorian Strong.
Oh, yeah.
That's a really strong pick.
No, that's a pretty good pick, yes.
Even getting Caden Prather in like the 7th, I think it was like the 7th round. That's a
I really like
good pick too. And I seen him like going like the 5th, 6th round in the mock drafts.
That's one of my favorite picks right there, Landon Jackson.
Yeah. They really address defense heavy, and I like it. I think I might give them an A.
I'm going A here, yeah. They got an edge. They got that big run stopper nose tackle, Maxwell Harrison, and there's going to be good.
I like
T.J. Sanders as well is going to be good. They addressed the D-line heavy.
For sure.
They did.
I give them an A.
So that defense is definitely going to be up there, for sure. I like their defense. It's going to be scary to go against, but, I like it.
Next team we have is the Chicago Bears. They started off with a very interesting pick in their draft, drafting Colston Loveland at 10 when everyone thought it could have been Tyler Warren, but I guess they wanted a more versatile guy there. And then Luther Burden as well in the 2nd round.
I like that pick.
I like that.
It needed a wide receiver.
It's interesting to me because from what I watched about the Lions offense last year, they only feature their top 2 guys, really. If he's bringing, near the same scheme, they only feature the top 2 wide receivers. And after that, everyone else is just you'll get your catches every once in a while.
Right.
But
even like to the tight ends too, Laporta. Laporta barely even did anything
after
since
his
his rookie
very
season.
good rookie year, which is why everyone thought he's gonna be a top fantasy tight end, and then he wasn't.
Yeah.
They really only feature their slot guy, and we don't know.
Maybe it's different now.
The slot.
Yes, maybe it's different now.
The same scheme though.
Yeah.
Shamar Turner, I seen that he was a big steal there in the third round, end of the third round when they got him. From what I read about him, I guess he's a very good guy. Ruben, you can actually read Ruben's name.
Ooh,
I know how to say it.
Ooh, yeah, you got it, Doc. I know how to say it too.
Chipotle.
Oh my goodness.
You don't like Chipotle?
I'm sorry, Ruben.
Oh God, I'm tired of him.
I'm sorry, Ruben.
My bad.
Is it Hypolite?
Yeah, it's Hypolite.
Hypolite the second. Interesting.
Oh, it's like Pedialyte.
Yes, like Pedialyte.
Za
Frazier. I just wanted to.
What surprised me is they took the running back late, so they brought in DeAndre Swift and Roshan.
Yeah, because they passed up multiple good running backs: Scatterboo, Hampton, Sampson, Henderson,
even Etienne.
Yeah, shit.
They just passed up on
Etienne
a lot.
too.
All right, Bears here.
I think I might give him B.
Yeah.
Plus B. I'm gonna give him B.
Are gonna be a B for me. I do like they obviously addressed the O-line with Ozzie
Trapilo. That was an interesting pick. I did not know who Ozzie Trapilo was, but now I know who you are, Doc.
We know who you are.
And there's a reason why you went in the second round.
All right, next team we have is the Cincinnati Bengals. They started off with the guy that is known as the high upside guy, but doesn't have the production. So if he turns into something, they potentially got one like top 3 defensive player in this class. And then they got Demetrius Knight there.
That's a tough name.
Is that twin?
That's twin, yeah. Demetrius Knight Jr.
Demetrius Knight. Yeah,
we'll call him
that's
DJ.
Tough. DJ Knight from South Carolina.
And then DJ Fairchild, Dylan Fairchild, offensive guard from Georgia.
That looks like a big old dude. I thought we were gonna get him.
Me too.
We did not.
They addressed the offensive line and Taj Brooks. I like that pick a lot for them.
Because who's their running back right now?
I do like how he came alive.
It is Chase Brown, yeah.
He really came alive towards the end.
He is really good. Yeah, so. I think I might give him a.
If Shamar Stewart turns into what he's projected to become, this is instantly an A+ class. But if he doesn't, this looks very bad.
That's why I'm gonna give it like a B-.
Yeah. Gotta be a B- because it can turn out very good. They got the captain or the MVP. It was said when they drafted Demetrius Knight, they said they got the MVP of one of the best defenses in college.
So I feel like Barrett Carter and Demetrius Knight can be first day one starters.
Yeah, because Jermaine Pratt requested a trade.
He's old.
Logan Wilson's old and injured.
Yeah.
I give them a B-. And what do you give them?
I give them a solid B.
Solid B, okay. All right, next team we got is the Cleveland Browns.
Now, I just want to say, we're going to talk about it later, but their draft class is super interesting because they got a lot of guys that we personally, well, not personally, but we looked into a lot. And I honestly didn't think they were going to get a lot of these guys, especially with the way they were kind of moving during the draft. So,
all right, let's start by reading them out. First, we'll just say they made a very big trade, trading back from number 2, getting next year's first from the Jaguars, passing up on generational talent Travis Hunter, got Mason Graham at pick 5. They got Carson Schwessinger, first pick of the second round, Quashawn Judkins from Ohio State, Harold Fannin. They needed a tight end. Well, like a backup tight end. That's a nice one. That's twin.
That's my twin.
Dylan Gabriel went a lot earlier than he should have. Dylan Sampson, a very good one there, though. And Shedeur Sanders was their last pick in the 5th round, 114.
And that's why I say it's interesting. Now you have a quarterback room with Deshaun Watson, who's out for most of the season. Old Joe Flacco, I couldn't even tell you. Kenny Pickett, he can't throw a football. I can't throw a football either, but whatever he did with the Eagles, terrible. You drafted Dylan Gabriel, which I don't think any of us expected for them to draft Dylan Gabriel. We all thought it was going to be Shedeur, but then they go ahead and draft Shedeur in the 5th round, which complicates everything. Why are you going to draft Dylan Gabriel?
So, have y'all seen
why are you going to draft Shedeur if you have Dylan Gabriel now?
And why people are skeptical about Shedeur getting picked to the Browns? Every other pick, they were smiling after they made the call and stuff. They were all just. So people think the owner had something to do with this one, like just get Shedeur.
Yeah, and they're like, here you go, nigga, damn.
Or the league got involved and was like, take Shedeur.
My mom was telling me allegedly that Shedeur might sue the league, and Keon's like, I don't even think he could do that.
They could do that if like teams were like lying on his name. And stuff, but he got drafted, so a guy like Isaiah Bond didn't, and Isaiah Bond's still a UDFA.
That was the guy that I wanted to bring up. That was like, he wasn't really spoken of, or he wasn't in the draft. People were kind of mad that he wasn't in the draft.
Well, Isaiah Bond is because he turned himself in like 2 days before the draft. Yes, he has legal.
He got arrested?
Yeah, he turned himself in, yeah.
Oh, he turned himself in.
And he couldn't make Bond.
Didn't he, like...
No, that's what people said. Isaiah Bond couldn't make Bond. But he did.
Okay.
That's
I forgot what it was. Let me look it up real quick. What did he do?
I'm pretty sure he did it. It was a sexual harassment.
Probably like SA. Or SH.
Yeah.
Or DM.
Because I've seen a bunch of...
Or not DM. DV.
DUI. Oh. My bad. DUI. But no. Yeah, this class is very interesting because now... Yeah. Now they have 4 QBs. They have one old guy. A guy that can't throw.
I was telling them to this. Shedeur is most likely going to win the job. I see him winning the job.
For sure.
And I hope he does.
Yeah. I kind of hope he does too, because like.
What would be surprising?
In all honesty,
Dylan Gabriel wins it.
It wouldn't surprise me.
In all honesty, yeah, I don't think it would surprise me. But in all honesty, the way Shedeur kind of fell, kind of like just felt shady.
He should be using that as motivation,
right?
To go out there and win the job.
Because he's for sure not getting paid as much as a first rounder.
He's not.
So
he lost a lot of money.
I don't think. My mom was saying this, like, I don't think the money kind of plays into the factor because he kind of lives on money.
Yeah.
His dad, but obviously, like, being drafted in the first round kind of comes with it comes with a whole bunch of incentives, but I think that might have just got his head a lot bigger than what it would have been, and then people would have put hella expectations on him. But now that, I mean, the expectations still come, but since he got drafted in the 5th round, I think that pressure comes down a little bit more for him. So I hope he wins that quarterback job in Cleveland.
Yeah, and then they had, one of my favorite picks, Carson there. Very good.
Yeah, that's Ant's guy.
With Jeremiah Owusu-Koramoah, his like injuries and stuff, they don't know if he'll play again. That's a good guy to have. Carson, he will lead that defense. And even getting Mason Graham, it's the same thing with us saying why the Browns would have liked Abdul at 2. Because can you imagine that pairing with Mason Graham Abdul and Myles Garrett?
Yeah, that would have been insanity.
They needed a running back. They got 2. Dylan Sampson fell. I don't know why he fell, but Quinshon Judkins is a very good one. I like this Browns draft class a lot. It's just the quarterback situation was interesting.
It's
I'm tempted to give it an A.
I'm tempted. I really like the pieces that they got.
B+.
I'm gonna give this an A-. One of the drafts that I liked. It surprised me that Quinshon went before Travion, though. And now the one where Bobby said this is one of his favorite drafts as well. The Dallas Cowboys.
Oh, yeah.
Jerry Jones was sleeping, is what I said during the stream.
Very much sleeping.
So they started off by getting Tyler Booker, who everyone said was a reach. I don't think it's a reach. I like that fit a lot.
I like that
Zach
pick.
Martin replacement. I like that a lot. And then they got Donovan Ezeraku in the second. Didn't have to trade up to get him. He just fell
in their lap.
So, good pick. Savon Ravel Jr., like I said, only fell because he tore his ACL. I seen that they traded up for Shamar James, like late third or early fourth. I don't remember, but they traded up for him. So they must really like him. Yeah, they kind of need linebacker because Eric Kendricks, DeMar Overshone is hurt for the year. Ajani Cornelius, offensive tackle from Oregon. Every team needs depth on the offensive line. And Sky from UCLA.
Toya.
He's a big guy. Big run stopper.
I can tell from this picture, Doc.
Yeah. Run stopper. Phil Moffitt, Clemson, running back.
Now they could have obviously gotten Marion in the first, but
yeah, and
I do like the Tyler Booker pick a lot.
On this, but they took two running backs. They took Jaden Blue.
I do like the depth.
They did take Jaden Blue.
They did take Jaden Blue. I don't know. He was on the graphic, but his name was, but it probably got cut out.
Yeah, he is on the graphic. I think I did cut it out.
His name, he's right there. They did double dip at running back, which needed. Because like we keep saying,
back and
Javonte Williams and Miles Sanders was their starting running backs, and I don't see that being good going into the year
at all.
I like the Jaden Blue pick a lot. Like I said, I love especially their first three picks.
Yeah, their first three picks are ridiculous.
I don't know why people don't like the Tyler Booker. I really like the Tyler Booker one.
I was one of those people that didn't like it initially.
I didn't like it initially, first, and then I was like,
yeah,
it hit me. I was like, perfect Zach Martin replacement.
Yeah,
just a big boy, protect Dak, help the running game, and then as we keep saying, Ezeraku, I really wanted him on the Panthers. He's a dog.
We had watched film the night before the draft had happened, and
like I was hearing about him all year, but it was like. That's when I like watched more film on him, and that's what really made me want to get him. Bobby was talking about his bend, his spin. He has a nasty swim move. The
swim move, yeah.
He can rip a little bit too. One of them didn't he like basically make the tackle?
He basically took the tackle and pushed him into the quarterback.
So I really like this Cowboys draft class a lot.
Yeah, I'm giving it an A+. And even the depth, even the two running backs in Maffa and Blue,
and Toya,
and Toya, those
they really went with defense tackles.
Those three guys
should make the team.
Yeah, and could get some valuable PT. So
I'd definitely give it an A. You know, they went to depth with the running backs and the defensive tackles, and how they replaced that one guy that retired.
Martin.
My bad.
Yeah, for me, this is also an A+. All right, the next team that we got is the Denver Broncos, who started off their first round by taking Jade Barron, corner from Texas. And then everyone knew they would be going running back early, but they took one that everyone knew he would go that early, but not the one they expected for the Broncos, and R.J. Harvey. They took Pat Bryant, who I think is one of those big wide receivers as well. Sean Payton loves those. I think he's 6'4". Savion Jones, defensive end from LSU. Hugh Robinson, defensive end from Alabama. Jeremy Crenshaw. I think he's Australian.
Crawshaw,
yeah. He's
I'm pretty sure
Australian.
He's Australian?
Yeah. I think that's what they said about
him. He's a first Aussie to be.
Hey, DJ, explain why there's a basketball player in this graphic.
He's a tight end now. Caleb Lohner. He plays for.
Is that the guy in the Baylor jersey?
Yep, that is him. Basically the same thing that the Panthers did, but we didn't have to draft him. I forgot his name already because he's not even gonna make the team, if I'm being honest. But whatever his name is,
at least y'all want the.
He was a tight end for.
That's baseball.
For some team, man. We signed him as a tight end.
That's usually. Oh, you're talking about our tight. You're talking about our guy.
That's usually what happens when a team signs a basketball player. They're gonna go tight end because they're big. He's 6'8".
My bad.
He's just gonna be a practice squad tight end, I guess. And if they need to bring him up ever, elevate him, they can get a good goal line threat.
And that's just gonna be a crazy change of scenery for that guy, bro. Or from a not really super contact sport to a really physical contact.
Oh no, basketball's a contact sport.
Yeah, it is, but
this is a very contact sport.
Now this one, the one he's going to though.
No, it's an extremely contact sport.
He must have used to play football, and that's why they looked at him.
No, he did say he played football back in middle school.
Middle school is crazy.
And then he stopped, and then he played basketball. So, I mean, a lot of basketball skills can be translated into football.
Yeah,
they might be two very different sports, but they kind of translate with each other.
Grades.
I think I'm gonna give him a B+.
Cornerback, running back, wide receiver, defensive end.
I gave them a C+.
Actually? Really?
Yeah. Not one of my favorite drafts. They filled needs, but
yeah.
It's a fork fun and kitchen, but
they had
they did.
They really did, actually.
They had the guys that they should have taken on the board. And that's
I agree with you. Yeah, I agree with you. C+, yeah. Because they even traded with us, and
they traded with us.
I thought they would have got.
I thought they were taking a better running back there. But remember when they traded back? I think that's when they took Q Robinson.
Yeah.
Oh no, that's when they took Savion. Probably, I'm guessing.
It was one of those guys, or Pat Bryant.
Yeah, it was one of those 3, 4, or 5 guys. But yeah, so I give them a C+. Didn't really like that.
Yeah, I agree.
I agree too.
Wasn't my favorite.
Drafting the basketball player is kind of.
All right, next team is the Detroit Lions. We'll show the whole graphic because.
Yeah, I did all the graphics and my bad.
You just forgot the last guy. Really,
I kind of.
You just forgot the last one. That's it.
Because I was planning on putting all the Georgia guys right there at the bottom.
Yep, I could see the vision.
Completely forgot.
But the Lions drafted Tyleik Williams in the first, which everyone thought I could have put him as my biggest reach, but he wasn't that big of a reach as the third guy I'm gonna read here. But Tate Ratledge, very good offensive guard. He has the farmer stash and the mullet.
Oh yeah, it's over. It's over.
He's a dog.
It's over. Yep.
Anytime
automatically
they have a farmer stash and a mullet,
it's over.
They're gonna be in the league for a while. Isaac Tesla. Trading 2 second-round picks to trade up to get him, I don't know about that.
I didn't like that pick.
Know that much about him.
Hey, that was your reach, DJ.
Yeah, like I said, he's a good blocker and stuff because I think he's big. Miles Frazier, another offensive guard from LSU. Man.
Putting depth into that line, I see.
Hassanin.
I'm Ahmed Hassanin.
Ahmed. It's probably
defensive end from Boise State. Dan Jackson, safety from Georgia, and Dominic Lovett, wide receiver from Georgia. The Lions.
Is that the guy I forgot?
It's like two guys. The Ahmed guy, and I didn't. I completely forgot. I think it was late too. Nah, I was just tired. My bad, Detroit. My bad, Detroit football. You guys are doing great though.
Two guards, a DT, defensive end.
Personal statement, I'm gonna get two to a CV. No more.
I think I'm gonna give him a C.
I was giving him
Nah.
C plus.
Give it a solid
minus.
B. Give it a solid B.
My second C plus here. I think this could turn into a good class, but it was the trade.
Yeah.
Trading 2 future 3rd round picks.
Oh wait, no, I wasn't thinking of that. My bad. I forgot to add that to there.
Nah. This next team might be.
Yeah, C minus.
C minus.
C minus for me. Yeah.
This next team.
Another messed up graphic. I just got lazy, y'all. I just got lazy. My bad. Yeah, because of the OK State guy is covered by Georgia.
Okay.
Which is realistic.
Matthew Golden.
We got the Green Bay Packers, who finally drafted a wide receiver in the 1st round. Matthew Golden.
After 20 years.
An ugly number. He's wearing 22. That's definitely changing soon.
22?
He wore 2 in Texas. At Texas.
He can wear 2. Go take it from Malik Willis.
He can wear 2, yeah.
Man, Malik Willis is solid.
He's the backup quarterback.
He's solid.
He's not gonna be playing until Love gets hurt.
Yeah, but Love was hurt a lot last year.
Yeah, and he was solid.
It's because they didn't give him time to heal. It
really didn't.
They brought him back. They got Anthony Belton, offensive tackle from NC State. Savion Williams, wide receiver from TCU. I think we're covering him.
Yeah, receiver.
We are covering him. There he is right there. There's the whole graphic. We got me and Bobby's favorite, one of favorite players, Barron Sorrell. Colin Oliver.
Never seen Barron feel like that before.
Linebacker. From
the guy that's being covered by Georgia.
Warren Brinson, defensive tackle from Georgia. That's him. Micah Robinson, the corner from Tulane, and John Williams. The best picture that we could have found was him without a helmet on, with his eyes closed. But it works. That was the best picture.
Oh, yeah.
Every other picture, his quarterback was next to him, and it wouldn't crop the quarterback out. But I like their draft class a lot. They got, what I've seen with them, a lot of the guys that they took, they met with.
That makes a lot of sense.
A lot of some teams don't draft guys that they met with.
Right.
Like, I think, who was I looking up? I think Micah Robinson. I was looking him up after they drafted him, and it said that they went on a visit with him, and I was like, wow, that's interesting. And then even one of the other guys, I think Colin Oliver as well, went on a visit with the Packers. So the Packers prioritize those visits.
Give it a B plus.
I like their draft a lot.
I like their draft. I think I might give it a B plus too.
Yeah, I was thinking the B plus range, and that's what they will be getting from me.
Houston,
Texas.
Next.
The Houston Texans are next.
Yup. We got
They
were deep as well. I like their picks too.
They traded out of the 1st round as well. They traded with the Giants when the Giants traded up to get their quarterback, but we'll talk about them later. They started with Jaden Higgins, the big wide receiver. They took him before Luther Burden, so they believe in him.
State.
Right.
From Lower State, yes. And then they took Ariante Ursery. If you guys didn't watch the draft stream, I was saying that the whole time when the Texans were up next, I said Ariante has to go here. You have to get CJ Stroud protection. I get the wide receiver at Jaden Higgins, but I was like, you can't take any other position but an O-lineman. After trading Laramie Tunsil, they traded Kenyon Green, but he sucked anyway. And then they got Jaden Higgins' teammate, Jalen Noel.
And that's when things got really interesting, in all honesty.
Interesting for me. And then they took another Jalen Smith.
Yeah,
corner
who's from USC. And then they took another USC player.
And then they
Woody Marks.
And then they took another Jalen Reed.
Jalen Reed.
Safety from Penn State. And then they took Graham Mertz. They took their backup quarterback. From Florida. Kayonte Hamilton, defensive tackle from Rutgers. You can see that big boy. And Luke Lackey, tight end.
Luke Lackey?
Tight end from Iowa.
From Loa.
That's tight end university.
That is very much tight end university.
All the good tight ends come from there.
And
they got him late.
think I might give them
I
an
like
A.
this one. I like this one.
I really like
I'm gonna give
the
it an A
Texans
too.
draft.
It really goes into depth.
Baker
I think this team.
I like getting Jalen Reed when they got him.
They got
I
teammates
think this
too.
team is.
I don't know why
really
the drafting like teammates thing. I've always found like cool.
I feel like that's gonna bring a lot of like good chemistry. You know, good bonds.
Right.
It will.
You know, 2 out of the what, like 6 picks are like teammates. So
Yeah.
Like 4 out of
bring
the like 1, 2, 3.
For me,
4,
yeah, 4 to
was
6.
also an A, by
9.
the way.
Yeah, I'm giving this
I
an A.
agree with
This
that.
next team is the Indianapolis Colts. Their first pick was the most Ford found in kitchen moment ever. Tyler Warren
Very much.
from Penn State. They needed a tight end. He fell right to their laps. If Colston Levin was there, they would have took him there. Then they took Ant's guy. Ant, who was that?
Hold on, I'm not there yet. JT Tuimoloau.
Tuimoloau.
Wow.
Yeah. Defensive end, Ohio State.
I really wanted him on the Panthers too.
I wanted us to get him too, but
he's the type that
Y'all just love getting Islanders, don't you?
He's the type that can play all 3 downs.
man, we could have got multiple Islanders in all honesty.
Hey, we signed a couple. Justin Wally, corner from Minnesota. Jalen Travis, offensive tackle from Iowa State. DJ Giddens, running back from Kansas State. Riley Leonard, getting their backup quarterback, Notre Dame. Tim Smith, defensive tackle from Bama. And Hunter Wohler, safety from Wisconsin.
It's a solid draft.
They addressed
It's a solid draft.
Obviously, they didn't go for big names. Their big names were JT and Tyler Warren. Even Riley Leonard, I guess, is a big name in the quarterback room.
Right.
But the Colts had a sneaky good draft. JT,
I'm giving it a B+.
JT is going to be very
JT
good.
was on that. Yeah.
Even Wally.
I like Justin Wally a lot for them.
Yeah.
This is a B+ for me.
It's a B+.
I'll agree. B+.
Oh, my water bottle just fell.
Not the Brita. Now?
Eggs. I've jumped my bottle.
Team, the team that traded up for the 2nd overall pick with the youngest GM.
They did. Y'all think that was crazy?
No, because they got Travis Hunter out of it.
Yeah. And it was interesting to me that Travis said he barely met with the Jaguars, though.
So he wasn't even expecting. Yeah, he wasn't even expecting.
Like, they showed his video of when he first visited Jacksonville, and he liked it, but they never visited with him again, or they never spoke with him, so he didn't really think he was going there. And then they took a corner, Caleb Ransaw from Tulane, Wyatt Millam, offensive guard from West Virginia, Bayshaw Tuton, running back from Virginia Tech, Jack Kaiser, linebacker from Notre Dame, Jalen McLeod, linebacker from Auburn.
They really want a depth here.
Who is Lane the Third?
Lane the Third. I just now realized that. Lane the Third.
Yo, does this guy actually have a name?
When I was doing this, it had completely deleted the whole name.
What was it?
I didn't even realize it. I didn't even realize it.
What's his original name?
What's his
name? Didn't even realize it. I'm looking it up right now.
Lane 3. Lane 3 coming from Navy.
No, because I'm reading off the graphic.
Oh yeah, he was like the first
he was
armed forces football player to be drafted.
Oh, that's gonna be tough. Lane 3.
Bro,
Lane the Third.
Name.
That is not his name. Bro. His name is not Lane the 3. His name is Raywan Lane the Third, okay. And that's why it did that.
No, because I'm reading off the list and I see Lane the Third as I'm looking for, and I'm like, who is Lane the Third?
His name is
fucking medieval ass name, Lane the Third.
Lane the Third.
Lane the Third. What's his first name again?
Raywan.
I know another guy named Raekwon. You know?
All right, and then
Just act like there's a Ray Wan there, not Lane the third.
They have Jonah Monheim, center from USC, and LaQuint Allen, running back from Syracuse.
I'm surprised they didn't even delete that.
Syracuse.
By Shoal Tutin, he's a speedster, so they got a speedster there. He's probably going to be their kick returner, I'm guessing.
Most likely.
Probably also depth because Travis Etienne sucks. Fantasy owners know. I was one of them. I had to drop him. I started him way too many weeks.
Yeah, you did.
You know who Lane the Third looks like in his face mask? He reminds me. He looks like Ron.
Kind of does, yeah.
Ronald.
Hey, where's the Tulane guy? I didn't even put him here.
The Tulane guy's not.
He's probably in the deep depths of the pictures.
Is he hidden?
Yeah, he's probably hidden.
Yeah, a lot of the guys probably got hidden.
Hey, I got lazy for a quick second. My bad.
Next team, we got the Kansas City Chiefs. Started with.
You didn't even give him a grade.
Oh my goodness.
Oh wow, yeah, he's in here. He for sure got hidden.
I said. Oh, I wrote it down, but I didn't say their grade.
Oh, what'd you put? I was thinking C or B.
C? Trading up to get generational talent Travis Hunter already improves the grade a lot. It's an A. There's an A.
It's an
A. Solid A.
It's an A minus.
You know what? I'll give it an A minus.
For me, it's an A minus.
Because of Lane the Third.
Lane the Third. Lane the Third.
All right, next team we got Kansas City
Chiefs, my goodness, they had a really good trade.
They had a good draft.
Oh my god,
Louisville pick, but we'll get to that. Josh Simmons, offensive tackle from Ohio State. They needed a tackle. If you watch the Super Bowl at all, you would have seen. Why is his name just Norman Lott?
Norman Lott.
That was another one of those things. That was another one of those. I clicked on it and it deleted it. Omar Norman Lott. Yes. I know his first name, Omar Norman Lott.
But why is he just Norman Lott?
That's a mouthful.
Norman Lott.
Omar Norman Lott. I'm saying that without getting a tongue twisted.
Someone take over the rest of them. For a
I got you.
Ashton Galati. I said that was a reach. It's a reach. We got. I also got.
No.
I also followed this guy a lot, and I even had him on our the players that we wanted for our teams. Yeah. Noel Williams from California, right in the middle, or Farming in there, and then my favorite pick, Jalen Royals from Utah State, wide receiver, Jeffrey Bassa, linebacker, Oregon, and Brashard Smith, running back from Southern Methodist University. I just wanted to say it all.
I don't know why all out. To say all of it. I like their draft a lot.
I really do like it, especially Norman Lott.
Yeah, don't forget the.
Yeah, I like the.
I'm giving it an A.
Forget the Chiefs. Call them the chefs the way they cooked up in this draft.
You know who was a real chef this draft?
Who? Dan
Morgan.
You should have just waited.
Nah, Ant just brought up the chef joke, so I had to.
I'm giving this draft an A. I really like this draft. They even might get an A plus.
I really like Josh Simmons. I like Norman Lott. And what are you giving?
Raiders.
What are you giving?
Next. I'm giving A.
All right, the Raiders. We'll show the whole graphic real quick.
Oh my God! All these players, dog.
I like the Raiders draft a lot. They started off.
This is a really good draft
Ashton
too.
Genty, Jack Beck, wide receiver from TCU. Darian Porter, still there, from Iowa State. Caleb Rogers, offensive tackle from Texas Tech. Charles Grant, offensive tackle.
Let me take it over.
All right.
Dante Thornton Jr., wide receiver, Tennessee. Tonka Hemingway.
We used to have a Hemingway. Remember him?
That's got it. Hemingway. We used to have
Tamarist or whatever his name was.
That's got to be like a cousin or something, dog.
Hemingway. Wait,
That's got to be a cousin or something. Tonka Hemingway, DT from the University of South Carolina. JJ Pegues.
Yeah, Pegues.
Pegues. Also defensive tackle from Ole Miss. Tommy Millott, wide receiver from Montana State. Interesting. Cam Miller, quarterback, North Dakota State. And finally, Cody Lindenberg, linebacker,
Funny
Minnesota.
Thing, before we talk about the draft, Tommy Mella is a quarterback that they drafted as a wide receiver. So they technically drafted back-to-back quarterbacks. He's a quarterback.
What?
They're moving him to wide receiver, and that's what they drafted him, as a wide receiver.
You're saying he can catch the ball and throw the ball?
He looks like he could catch and throw the ball. Yeah. Oh no, they're gonna use him for like
some
flea
packages,
flickers.
Yeah.
Yes.
Bro, he's deadly. Wow.
Dante Thornton Jr. will be a good deep threat in the league.
I
really like that pick.
Yeah.
Yes, his name was Tamarik Hemingway.
And he's a cousin?
I don't know, but is he?
He's got to be his cousin or his brother.
Yeah. This was one of my favorite drafts. I give them an A+. They filled their needs. This Raiders team is going to be fun with Chip Kelly running the offense, with Ashton, with Jack Beck.
Ashton, yeah.
With
Dante
Thornton. With Tommy Mella even coming in, probably doing a flea flicker, as Bobby said. Yeah.
Ooh, that's gonna be fun.
I'm giving this an A+. In all honesty.
Yeah, that's exactly what I just said. This is my A+. One of my A+ drafts. I really liked it a lot. They filled a lot of needs that they needed to fill. They did it without giving up anything. And did you give him an A+ as well?
Yeah.
Oh,
give him an A.
All right, let me read the Chargers.
We got the Chargers next up.
We got the Los Angeles Chargers next up. Their first pick in the first round was Omarion Hampton, running back from North Carolina. Then they, Omarion, same difference.
Not the same.
It's just said difference. It's just said different. Omarion Hampton, running back from North Carolina. Then they took Trey Harris, who I mixed up with Trey Amos in a picture. Wide receiver. I did, because they both wore number 9. Trey Harris, wide receiver from Ole Miss. Then they picked Jamari Caldwell, DT from Oregon. Then they took one of the guys that I wanted to see on the Panthers, Kyle Kennard, defensive end from South Carolina. Then they took Keandre Lambert-Smith, wide receiver from Auburn. And then another guy that I looked at was Oronde Gadsden, the second tight end from Syracuse.
They finally got their tight end.
And then they took Branson Taylor, offensive tackle from Pitt. R.J. Mickens, safety from Clemson, with that next pick. And then their last pick in the draft was Trickweez Bridges, safety from Florida.
Yeah, so like Bobby said, I also wanted Kyle Kennard. But after we double-dipped on edge, which we'll talk about later, I knew we weren't going to triple down. So I was like, we're not getting Kyle Kennard unless he goes undrafted. But besides that, the Chargers had an interesting draft. I like their first 2 picks a lot, and Omarion Hampton and Trey Harris. Getting weapons on that offense, especially with the run-first coach and offense with Jim Harbaugh. Najee's only on a 1-year deal. So, and it's going to be interesting where J.K. Dobbins goes now, because he's still a free agent. So I'm wondering where he goes. He probably signed with Denver. But besides that, they had a very interesting draft. I like R.J. Mickens in there too for them late.
And yeah, I think I'm gonna give them B+.
I'm giving them a B+.
I'll give them a B. Yeah.
Yeah. I'll give them B.
B-.
Damn. All right.
All
right. The next team is the Miami. Let Ant.
We'll go Dolphins. We'll go Dolphins. I'm gonna write down Dolphins real quick.
Hold on, y'all. He can't read
sloppiest Dolphins handwriting ever. Okay, anyways. Yeah, for the Dolphins, they got Kenneth Grant, defensive tackle from Michigan. That was definitely my reach, because I feel like they could have picked offensive line over DT, but it's whatever. We also got Jonah he's
Savanaya.
I think he's Island.
Yeah.
Savanaya.
Yeah,
or whatever.
Savanaya.
Yeah. If y'all wanna, correct me down in the comments, y'all can.
Please.
Anyways, we also got Jordan Phillips, or is it Flips?
It's Phillips.
Phillips, that's correct. Jordan
Flips.
Jordan Phillips, defensive tackle from Maryland. We also got Jason Marshall Jr. Can't forget the junior. Cornerback from Florida. And Dante Trader Jr. Interesting name. Saved from Maryland. Wow, another Maryland player. Teammates. And then we also got Oily.
Oily.
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
Oily.
Ollie Godson. Ollie Godson the second.
It's Ollie Gordon, bro. Ollie Gordon the second, dog.
Oh, Ollie Gordon. OG the second. Running back from Oklahoma State. Also got Quinn. Right. Was it an O or a Q?
It's Quinn.
Owen?
It's Quinn.
Oh, it's Q.
Owen.
Q Evers.
Edwards. Q
Edwards. Ewers?
Quinn Ewers.
Quinn Ewers, quarterback from Texas. And we also got Zeke Biggers.
Zeke Biggers,
yeah.
Yo, he's wearing 88.
Tackle from Georgia Tech.
He's the one wearing 88. He's the big guy.
He's the big guy, the bigger guy.
Okay, I can see the big guy. I can see the big, where they get the big from.
Miami did something interesting.
It's
They
really interesting.
really didn't hone much on the offensive.
Yeah.
Oh, they do not care about Tua.
They really don't care about Tua to the point where they had to pick Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
So
I didn't even know they picked Quinn Ewers.
Yeah.
But they picked him so late, though.
They did.
They picked
him in like the 5th, 6th round.
I think 6th round, end of the 6th.
They finally thought like, oh, we should bring up a backup.
Get a backup, just in case.
Wow.
Yep.
The Jonah pick was good. I think they still should have took
Dolphins
him.
Fans don't like about it is he was tackle at Arizona. He's big, and they're like, why are we moving him into guard?
Yeah,
because sometimes that transition from tackle to guard doesn't.
It's not really that great.
What's the difference between an offensive tackle and offensive guard?
Tackles on the outside.
And tackles are a lot better on their feet.
You got to go against faster guys.
Yeah, tackles you got to be able to shift your feet.
Yeah,
move side to side.
The guards
are just the power.
You got to be ready for power,
guys.
but also a little bit of speed.
Yeah,
like Jonah should be glad he's not on the edge because then he would have to go against Michael Williams, which we'll talk about later.
So that's probably why they put him like it. He's probably seen his competition be like, oh, I don't know if
they seen that they got to play Michael this year.
I might give this draft like a.
I gave it a C+.
I give it a C. Yeah.
C+.
Was not one of my favorite drafts.
It's not the greatest draft. Neither is this next team. Draft.
Well, this next team.
This next team.
You know, the draft wasn't that good only because of. Yeah, you can read this one since it's short. Only because you read this one, then I'll read the next one.
All right, Minnesota and Vikings, my bad. Anyways, we got a Donovan Jackson. Who the hell is Devonian?
Who's Devonian?
Okay, we got Devonian Jackson. Donovan Jackson, my bad. Offensive guard from Ohio State. We got Ty Felton, wide receiver from Maryland. We also got Tyron Ingram Dawkins. I thought that was the school he's from, but no. He's a defensive end from Georgia.
He thought he was from
Dawkins. That's Kobe King.
Dawkins
University.
Dawkins University.
We also got Kobe King, linebacker from Penn State, and Gavin Bartholomew. That is such a. What is that?
we got a guy named Bartholomew on our team. So
this draft class is just crazy.
Shamar.
They had a very small draft class. Going into the draft, they only had 4 picks. So I thought they would trade back more than they did. They traded back somewhere in between the Tyrion and Kobe King picks. I think that's where they traded back and got an extra pick to get Gavin. But it's a
for being 5 picks. It's a pretty okay draft.
I guess we'll count Sam Howell as one of the draft picks since they traded for him.
Yeah, they did. They did trade
good
for him.
quarterback. He can learn a lot under Kevin O'Connell. That's
Yeah.
a perfect guy to learn under. I don't know.
And he's gotten plenty of PT with Washington, so
yeah. It's just an interesting draft because they didn't.
I'm gonna give it a C.
It's just for me. Yeah.
I give it a C too. Yeah, I was thinking of that.
I'll give it a C.
Yeah, I was thinking.
I can't even bash them.
I can't bash them. They didn't have draft picks.
So
They had 5 picks. Yeah, it's not that bad. Ooh, I'm glad I'm not reading this next team.
That's
bro.
why I looked to a team. No,
I was about to say I'll read. I could read this.
I got him. All right, this next team, y'all, is the New England Patriots. They started off by getting Will Campbell.
For New York?
Said he would die for Drake May on that line. Then they ended up getting Travion Henderson, running back from Ohio State. Kyle Williams, wide receiver from Washington State. Jared Wilson, center from Georgia. Craig Woodson, safety from Cal. Joshua Farmer, D-tack from Florida State. Braden Swinson, my steal of the draft, defensive end from LSU. Andres Borregales, kicker from Florida State. Marcus Bryant, offensive tackle from Missouri. Julian Ashby, long snapper from Vanderbilt. And Kobe Minor, who was Mr. Irrelevant from Memphis.
I give him an A+. I heard everything. Yeah, I heard everything I needed to hear.
Yeah, this was an A+.
I don't. Does it even need explanation? They drafted
had
really
all
great
the draft picks. They got exactly what they needed. I'm gonna keep mentioning the draft stream. I said they needed a running back, which we wouldn't have been surprised if they took Ashton Genty. They took Will Campbell. That's good. Protect your young quarterback. And then they got him weapons. Travion Henderson, Kyle Williams. Then they protect him again with Jared Wilson. And then
hone yourself on defense.
And then another one, Marcus Bryant. And then I guess a long snapper as well. They address needs. So I give them an A+ right away.
I give them an A+, yeah. For sure.
Anthony?
Give him A.
You give him an A?
Yeah.
Interesting. Bro's not handing out those A+ easy.
Nah, he's not giving those A+ easy. I think it's A+.
I've only given out one so far, so
I've given out 3.
No, I've given out A+. It's just not the same teams you put. I give it out like 2. So.
Who'd you do it to? Because I swear you haven't said A+ yet.
1, 2. I might have to bring Dallas's down to an A.
That is true, bro. I did not say A+.
I
said A-.
I forgot. Yeah, I remember he said he heard us say A+ and he was like A-.
Bro, I said A-.
I'm gonna keep it A+. I'm gonna keep it A+.
Dallas deserves an A+ for me.
Yeah, they drafted really well.
Sure.
All right, Bobby, you got.
I'll read the New Orleans Saints. Yep. They also had a very interesting draft. They could have. Yeah. With their first pick in the first round, they went Kelvin Bates Jr., offensive tackle from Texas. Although they picked a quarterback literally next in Tyler Shuck, quarterback Louisville, which makes the Kelvin Banks pick make sense now that they have a quarterback that they can protect. Then after Tyler Shuck, they took Vernon Broughton, defensive tackle from Texas, Jonas Sanker, safety from Virginia, Danny Stussman, linebacker from Oklahoma, Quincy Riley, cornerback also from Louisville, running back Devin Neal from Kansas, tight end Moliki Matavao from UCLA, and their last pick Fadil Diggs, defensive end. So Syracuse.
One thing I do want to say, apparently the Panthers only met with 2 safeties pre-draft, and
Jonas Sanker was one of them.
And I low-key forgot who the other one was.
It wasn't even Lathan.
Lathan. But the Saints draft was very interesting. Drafting a 25-year-old quarterback in the second round, questionable.
Yeah.
Only because if you're going into a rebuild, I don't think 25-year-old quarterback is should be your quarterback. Because for those of you that don't know, if you haven't heard, Derek Carr is going to be out for the year, shoulder injury.
Oh, my shoulder.
I like the Devin Neal pick a lot for them.
that pick is
I've never seen.
Yeah, because who knows if Kamara can stay healthy either?
Yeah, stay healthy or even stay on the team.
Yeah, like who's their backup running back?
For all we know, Sean Payne might try. No, we'll talk about Soldier after I said this. Sean Payne might try and trade for him, bring him to the Broncos
Kamara.
Since they technically need a running back. But as I was saying, Ant, you want to know who sold you? No, it's because you wanted to be biased and start Cooper Kupp 2 weeks in a row, who gave you 0 points 2 weeks in a row.
Yeah, dummy.
I think Kamara would sell me sometimes too, but not
as much.
Not as much, but like he'll still sell me. Yes.
All right.
So for the Saints, I'll give him a solid C.
I'm gonna give him a C.
I give them just a B. Yeah. I like the draft outside of the Shuck pick. I get like
he has, he's
he's very good at like he has accuracy and stuff, but it's just the age that's concerning to me for a team that because like it just depends. If you're contending, then yeah, he's a good backup. But if you're going into a rebuild, which I think is what they should be doing, then he should not be your starting quarterback because he's 25 years old. He's going to be 30.
They're like selling.
He's going to be 30 when he's out of his first contract. So
he's going to be old as hell. But
they're like selling right now.
Yeah. So I give this one a B. Next pick or next team, we have the New York Giants. They started off with Abdul Carter, defensive end from Penn State. They traded up with the Texans to get Jackson Dart, their quarterback of the future.
That was another person I wanted for the Rams, but
Darius Alexander, defensive tackle from Toledo. They took him at the beginning of the third. Cam Scatterboo, they took him there from Arizona State. Marcus Mbow, offensive guard from Purdue. Thomas
his belly's out. I just realized that. What the hell?
What?
Marcus Mbo from Purdue, his belly is out.
Thomas Fadone, the second tight end from Nebraska, and Corey Black, corner from Oklahoma State. The Giants had, a good draft class.
Their first four picks are good.
I liked it a lot.
Great.
A lot of people don't like Jackson Dart. I've seen
it's a questionable pick.
Yeah, I don't even know what they gave up to trade up there. Did they give up? Yeah. There's no way they gave up a future first.
Oh hell no! Nah. If they give up a future first for that shit,
then this is an F.
It's an F.
But now I gotta go look. What did they give up for during that trade? Because I knew about the Rams one, seeing that they got 2 seconds.
From Atlanta.
Yeah.
I think it was probably a couple seconds.
It had to be multiple seconds if they're not getting a first. They had to get a lot of seconds.
Right.
Yeah. Texans trade out the first now with 10 picks. What was the trade? All right. Houston received $34.99 as well as a third rounder in 2026.
Okay.
Yeah, but is Jackson Dart really that not that good? For them to be
and Houston picked who again for those
Jaden
picks? Higgins and
99. That was around the
probably Noel.
Yeah, I think that was Noel.
Yeah, Noel.
Yeah, probably Noel.
But the Giants here, I like the draft. Besides that, I give them a B plus only because I'm skeptical about Jackson Dart.
I'm just gonna give him a B.
I'll give him B plus.
What's wrong with Jackson Dart? Is he not that shabby?
Then why are you giving them a B?
You said B plus. I feel like it was only right for me to go lower than a B plus.
No, I'm only.
That doesn't make sense
because look what they're getting. Everything else, I like every other pick. Darius Alexander, I like that a lot. He only fell, I heard, because he's old. He's one of the older rookies as well. Cam Scatterboo he's gonna form a good 1-2 punch with Tracy. I know Kyle's happy about that because remember he was saying that's his favorite guy, so he's gonna be happy. Getting Abdul already raises the grade as well.
Yeah, and the last couple picks are meh.
Yeah.
So B plus feels right. A plus even if if Dart does really good, then it's gonna be
Dart pans out.
A plus. But
All right. This next team.
The New York Titans. I'm just kidding. The Jets. Their first selection in the first round was Armand Membo, offensive tackle from Missouri. Then their next pick was Mason Taylor, son of what was his name? Zach Taylor.
Mm-hmm.
I forgot his name. Tight end from LSU. Then I think it was DJ's favorite pick, Azare Thomas, cornerback from Florida State. Then they took wide receiver Arian Smith from Georgia. Their next pick was Malachi Moore, safety from Alabama. Then they took Anthony's one of his favorite guys, Francisco Mauigoa from Miami, linebacker. And then they also took another Miami defensive player, Tyler Barron, defensive end.
Yeah, like I said earlier.
Yeah, the first three picks for
very good. Arian Smith as well. Liked him there. Malachi Moore even is good getting him where they got him. I'm giving them a B+. I like the Mason Taylor pick. They needed a tight end. We were saying they can take Tyler Warren. I'm glad they got Armand Membo. Because, like we say with Sam Darnold, who we'll talk about soon, and Justin Fields, those are the type of quarterbacks where you need to get them offensive line before they turn into themselves.
Yeah.
You don't need them to. You don't need Justin Fields to turn into Justin Fields.
Yeah, I've seen that firsthand. Ooh, this next team has a deep draft too.
Yeah, I got them. This next team. Oh, Ant, what's your grade?
Yeah.
For the Jets?
Yeah.
DJ's going.
Yeah, B.
This next team is the Philadelphia Eagles, who had a pretty deep draft class. They started by trading up one pick for Jahad Campbell. They got Andrew Makuba, safety from Texas. Ty Robinson, defensive tackle from Nebraska. Mac McWilliams, corner from UCF. Smail Mundan Jr.
Mundan? It's Mondin.
Linebacker from Georgia. Drew Kendall, center from Boston College. I didn't know they got him. Kyle McCord, they got their backup quarterback. They like drafting backup quarterbacks. Quarterback from Syracuse, staying there. Miles Hinton, offensive tackle from Michigan. Cameron Williams, offensive tackle from Texas, who in early mock drafts was in the first round, but not anymore because he fell out. And and look how far.
Not allegedly, it happened.
And then Antoine Powell Ryland Jr. At least he's not just Powell Ryland Jr. this time. Defensive end from Virginia Tech.
Oh my God! I'm giving this.
Yeah,
they really went to depth with offensive line.
Yeah, they did because they have the best offensive line coach in NFL history, who's been known to develop anybody. Look at Mekhi Beacon, 600-pound lineman. He sucks.
Mekhi Beacon?
Yeah.
600 pounds? Oh!
Yeah, but
I was like, isn't there another guy that's
he was a bust, and then he went to the Eagles, and he just earned himself a contract with the Chargers. That's what the people on NFL Network were saying about Miles Hinton. They said he leans too much, but that's something that the Eagles' offensive line coach will fix.
That's what good coaching does. It makes.
I'm gonna give this an A.
Bad players good.
This is an A. They got the linebacker. Well, they didn't. Linebacker wasn't their top need, but Jahad Campbell fell to you. Play him right behind the guy you just paid, Zach Bond. Even getting Makuba there was such a good pick there. Ty Robinson, Mac McWilliams as well. They're getting a lot of good pieces, and with the offensive linemen, if they can develop them, they got some good swing tackles. So
that's another group of dudes that are gonna be doing the touch push a lot too. I can see that. Isn't there that one team that picked that large guy? Comes from Boise State.
Yeah, we'll get to
them
that
soon. Their team's coming up.
Okay, I thought we already talked about them.
And you got this next team.
All right. So for Pittsburgh.
Wait, what did you give the Eagles? Since you're
I gave him an A2.
Okay. You keep
slacking. He didn't go below us this time.
Yeah, because I didn't want to be different. I heard the names. Anyways, for Wade's team, the Pittsburgh Steelers.
Wade.
We have Wade. Anyways, we have Derek Harmon from defensive tackle from Oregon. We have Caleb Johnson, running back from Iowa, Lowa, whatever you want to say it. Anyways, and then we also got Jack Sawyer. Close enough. Anyways, he's a defensive end from Ohio State. We got Yaya.
Apparently, that's not how you say it, Bobby. It's not.
It's YA.
Yeah, it's YA.
YA Black. I heard it. Okay,
YA.
so when he got drafted,
I heard it.
I was like,
no.
he said that. I was like, the guy said that wrong. It's Yaya.
Yeah, it's
YA.
YA Black, defensive tackle from Lower State. Oh my god.
No, just Lower.
Just Lower, not the state. Dang, they got 3 Lower guys. No, 2.
Look at chemistry.
They got 2 of each.
Yeah.
Lower and Iowa State.
But yeah, they definitely got chemistry on that team. Also got Will Howard, quarterback from Ohio State. I feel like I said cornerback. My bad.
Like
They also got Carson Brewer. Browner. Linebacker from Washington State. And they also got Dante.
Who the fuck is Dorito?
I bet Dante Kent.
Who the fuck is Dorito, nigga?
Cornerback from Central Michigan. Yep.
The Steelers had. I like.
They definitely double dipped in the defensive tackles.
Yeah.
They finally have that cornerback.
Oh my god, that pisses me off.
Did that actually make you mad?
Yes, it pisses me off.
YA Black?
Yes.
No, because when they drafted him, I was like, no way, this isn't Yaya. Why?
Okay, so they did pretty good. They're working. Yeah, they went to depth with their. Both
I was saying it before the draft, Bob. Remember, I was saying, Jack Sawyer is the most Steelers.
I said that. I said that when I saw it. I was like, that is the most Steelers pick I've ever seen.
He is. Look, ever since we were doing mock drafts, I was like, he's such a Steeler. Like
such a Steeler. It made no sense.
He just looks like a guy that needs to be a Steeler.
He sounds like the old 70s, 80s Pittsburgh Steelers like players. So, yeah.
All right, Ant, what you giving the Pittsburgh Steelers? We'll let you go first.
I give them a B. I feel like they really touched. They double dipped on DTs. They finally got that QB that they needed. They also got a running back. So
their quarterback is gonna be Aaron Rodgers. That's why they didn't draft Shador.
I think I'm gonna give this draft a B too.
I was literally giving them a B. They filled needs, but it wasn't a standout draft. I like Caleb Johnson's pick
because they didn't really pick that much of like big names. It's kind of like a low key W draft. Wasn't that high key? But yeah.
Yep.
Our next team.
Yeah, I will take over from here. The San Francisco 49ers with their first pick in the first round. He's gonna be terrorizing the Los Angeles Rams for the next 4 to 5 years. Maybe even a decade. Michael Williams, defensive end from the University of Georgia, with their next pick. They also took a terrorizer, Alfred Collins, defensive tackle from Texas. Then they took a linebacker, Nick Martin, from Oklahoma State.
He's just gonna be scary.
And they took a cornerback. These first 5 picks, they went straight defense. Upton Stout, cornerback from Western Kentucky. C.J. West, defensive tackle from Indiana. Then they decided to go on the offensive end. Jordan Watkins, wide receiver from Ole Miss. Jordan James, running back from Oregon. And then they went right back to defense. Marquise Siegel?
Yeah.
Safety from K-State. If you don't know what K-State is, it's Kansas State. And then they went with a quarterback, Curtis Rourke from Indiana. And then they took an offense guard, Connor Colby from Iowa. And then with their last pick, they took Junior Bergen, wide receiver from Montana.
Okay, so we could definitely tell that they wanted that defense.
Well, yeah.
They really needed to
lost a
rebuild
lot
that
of
defense.
guys.
So
And
yeah,
they
did.
A lot of high.
got a lot of
they
picks
had
too.
sparkled.
Yeah,
That's what I'm
a lot
gonna
of
say
high
through
upside
here.
guys.
High upside guys that may not have had the production in college, but they do have high upside. So if they turn into something, the 49ers got some steals. I give them.
That's
B+.
why I'm giving them an A-.
I give them a B+. I like this draft a lot.
I'm giving them an A.
The CJ West pick as well. I was watching him. Didn't want him on the Panthers. Well, I wasn't looking at him for that. I was just watching guys because we got to start.
Oh yeah,
watching guys.
Let Ant do this next team.
Ant's gonna do this next
Oh,
team.
why?
Yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
Why?
Yeah.
We should have let him do the last two.
We really should have.
Go ahead, Ant.
Seattle.
Go ahead, Ant.
That was not good. No good, no good. Right, I like it whenever, as soon as I'm about to, as soon as I'm about to announce the Seahawks, bro. Seahawks. Shit falls on my foot. Anyways, but yeah, Seattle. Fucking Seahawks, bro. I hate this team.
Yes, you
Played
do.
the last team too before this. But yes, anyways, they got Greg Zabal, offensive guard, North Dakota. Not North Carolina, North Dakota State. They got nickname Nicky Man Worry.
Nickname?
Nick Eman. Oh, I think he thinks they're together. Is Nick Chase Eman Worry?
Yeah.
Really?
Yeah,
Whoever made this graphic,
it's
bro?
Snicky Menmore.
Who made this graphic?
We just talked about
Who
him.
made this graphic?
Who?
Anyways, but yes.
You know
Nicky,
who made it? It was
whatever
me.
his name.
I'm listening.
Nicky Emma. Nicky Emma.
Nick,
Worry.
Nick, stop saying Nicky.
Fine. Nick. Just Nick. Okay, fine. Nick. Safety from South Carolina. I gave up. Elijah Oreo. Like how Bobby said would say Oreo.
Oreo?
What's it got? Yes. We also got Jalen 10 seconds of silence, bro. 10 seconds of silence. Okay, we're done. We also got Riley Mills, defensive tackle from North Dake. North Dake?
What?
North Dame.
Hey, I didn't write that one wrong. I know I didn't write that one
North
wrong.
Dame? What is that? North Dame?
Notre Dame?
Where's the R? There's no R. It's North.
There's an R.
There's an R.
Oh, it's R-E. It's
I might have did a couple mistakes, but I for sure didn't do that.
Not mess up Notre Dame.
Okay, but yes, from Notre Dame, we also got
Northern Dame.
we got Torrey Morrison, wide receiver from Colorado State. We got Robbie Oates.
It is Oates.
Oates, okay, from tight end. Tight end from Alabama.
From tight end.
We got Bryce.
Tight end. Hey, now every time there's like a tight end from Iowa, we should just call him Tight End University.
Yeah.
Oh my god, bro.
Even though this
Yes, we also got Bryce.
It's exactly how it's spelled. You can do
Bryce Cabaloo.
Cabaloo. Anyways, he's a offensive tackle from Kansas. We also got Damian Martinez, running back from Miami. Manson. My son.
Mason.
Masson.
Oh shit, Mason. Mason Richmond.
Mason 5.
Offensive tackle from Loa. We also got Ricky White III, wide receiver from Ugly.
He's not just White the
Did
Third.
you say Ugly?
Oh my bad. I should have put
that?
Las Vegas. It's the University of Las Vegas.
Yeah.
I read that as Ugly.
But they just go by UNLV. So
White the Third, Bobby.
Bro, Lane the
Lane
third?
the second. Lane the third.
I was like, who is Lane the Third?
Just give this goddamn team a grade. I'm giving them a B. Oh,
Give him a B.
I'm gonna give him an A plus. I'm gonna give him an A.
Gray Zabel was, fork found a catcher moment.
Another fork found in
It
kitchen?
was, but I hate the team, so I'd be a little hater.
Come on, nah, bro. You can't have like bias right now. You got to be an analyst.
Well,
He could just say he don't like the draft.
He said that. He said he didn't like the draft.
Give him an F.
Oh,
No, we not giving F's now.
no, we're not giving. We're not doing all that.
It's a joke. It's a joke. It's a joke. Y'all want to say the next one? It's pretty short.
Yeah, you got it.
Yeah, you got it.
Mbeka and Buga.
Wait, you didn't say the team.
Oh, Tampa Bay Buccaneers.
Bro,
We got Mbeka and Buga. Mbeka Igbuga.
All right.
From wide receiver from Ohio State.
We
got Benjamin.
From wide receiver. You did it again.
Sorry. Anyways, we got Benjamin Morris, cornerback from Notre Dame. How do I repeat that? Notre Dame. We got Jacob Parrish. Parrish. Okay.
Parrish.
Oh yeah, Parrish, cornerback from Kansas State. David Walker. This is the most normal class. Okay, hold on. David Walker, defensive end from General.
Most normal name team, bro. General
Central. It's the outline.
The font. It's the font.
I don't know how you would think that's General anyway.
General Michigan.
Gentral Michigan.
And then
Gentral, yeah, Gentral Michigan.
Elijah Roberts, defensive end from SMU. What is that? What school is that, bro?
SMU, Southern Methodist University.
We got Tez Johnson, wide receiver from Oregon.
So before we go to the next team, they have the heaviest and the lightest player in the NFL after signing Desmond.
They do.
464 pounds, 6'6", and they had Ted Johnson at 159. Yeah. Go ahead, Bobby.
Do you think they did that because of marketing?
Yes.
Okay, thank you.
And it's also just to keep him in Florida. No team wants to put him on a plane.
Really?
No, I'm just saying.
Oh, I was about to say, is that an actual fucking thing?
It could be a thing, bro. I wouldn't want to put him on a plane. Plane going down.
Yeah, it's gonna. Some motors might be messed up in that.
They had some sneaky good picks, like Emeka.
Yeah.
That one's just interesting to me because of the wide receivers. He's primarily a slot wide receiver. They have three
they're just thinking about the future.
Wide receivers. Yeah, they're thinking of after Mike Evans and after Rod Godwin because he just dislocated his ankle, or it looked broken. I don't know what it was. They said it was dislocated, but that thing looked broken, laying on the ground.
Like sometimes, don't usually slot wide receivers turn into X variables.
Yeah. Yeah, but they also have Devin McMillan there with.
Yeah.
Yeah, I almost said Jordan McLaughlin.
I remember Jordan McLaughlin.
I remember him too. I give it a B.
Yeah, I'm gonna read this next one. I'm gonna give Tampa Bay a B as well, a B minus.
Tony?
Give them a B too.
You give them a B as well. Oh yeah, you can read this next one. All you, Bobby.
Yeah, I see an emoji, so I was like, "Oh, Bobby, read this."
All right. Well, obviously, this was a fork found in kitchen. Cameron Ward, quarterback from Miami.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I can't cry as good as Anthony.
Don't worry, and we'll be crying later when he talks about
the Titans took Oluwafemi Oladejo, defensive end from UCLA. And then they took oh wait, I forgot the team was the Tennessee Titans. Kevin Winston Jr., safety from Penn State. How do you say this guy's name? Chimere?
Yeah.
Dyke?
Yep.
Or DK?
DK.
Okay. Chimere DK, wide receiver from Florida. And then my favorite pick, Gunnar Helm, tight end from Texas. And then Elick Ayo-Manor, wide receiver from Stanford. Jackson Slater, offensive guard, Sacramento State. And I just want to say, what's up with Sacramento State? That's like a hot spot for transfer players.
Yeah,
I realized that.
The coach. They're getting a good coach.
Who's coaching them?
I forgot who. Let me see. Yeah, but they're getting a good coach.
Well, while you do that, these last 2 picks, Marcus Harris, cornerback from Cal, and Kalel Mullings, cornerback from Michigan. Hey?
Also, who did they sign as a UDFA, Bobby?
They signed my boy Randy Kershaw Dixon from Florida, offensive tackle.
Hey, that's the type of guy, because Panthers always sign an offensive lineman off waivers. He's the type of guy that we will sign off of waivers if Titans come in. This is an A.
It's an A.
And they also signed Restrepo. Obviously, I hope.
They did sign Restrepo.
Yeah,
that is right.
If any team thought he was going to them, they're dumb. He's obviously going to go play with Cam Ward in Tennessee.
Right. Work
Grade?
Give him an A-.
Okay.
Interesting.
Going to be different.
I was kind of tempted to give him an A+.
Yeah. All right. This next team, I'll read, and it's the Washington Commanders. They started off by taking Josh Connolly Jr., offensive tackle from Oregon. One of the biggest steals, who I actually could have put as my steal, but I wanted to put Braden Swinson because how late he went. Trey Amos, cornerback from Ole Miss. Yeah, he does wear number 9. Jags Lane, wide receiver from Virginia Tech. Kane Medrano, linebacker from UCLA. And Ja'Cory Krosky-Merritt, running back from Arizona.
Not Krosky-Merritt.
He only fell because he only played 1 game this year, apparently. Otherwise...
What?
Yeah, and he's old. He's like 23, about to turn 24, and he only played 1 game this year, apparently. I think he got hurt. They
give this a C+.
They had a decent draft for amount of draft picks they had. They didn't have as much, obviously, because they traded for Deebo Samuel, traded for Laramie Tunsil, so they filled needs in that. So I guess that'll factor into my grade because those are technically their draft picks that they traded for proven vets. Trey Amos pick makes me bring this grade up a lot.
I'm gonna give it a B+.
Yeah, I'm thinking I was giving this a B+ the whole time. Yeah, it's a good draft.
All right. Anthony. Let's talk about your team now.
Ooh.
Let me find it real quick.
I think that
Eagles, New York.
You know, you could like zoom out.
New York.
Oh, okay.
Rangers.
just zoom out. And
all right.
All right.
And so by the way, Ant, not related to Chris Paul.
Stop. Leave him alone, bro.
Funny joke, bro. Funny joke.
It's a funny joke. It's a funny yoke. Funny yoke.
No, because he actually asked me earlier when I was talking. He said, "So Chris Paul related to Chris Paul, right? Is he a relative?" That's what he said.
I believe Anthony would say that.
Yeah. So off the rip, the Los Angeles Rams is the team I'm talking about. My favorite team, the Ramley. Off the rip, we do fill in that the little wish that we wanted was a tight end. So yeah, we got him. Terrence Ferguson, my bad. Where am I getting Trevor from? Terrence Ferguson from Oregon, tight end. We also got a defensive back because I don't think we're getting Ramsey back, so I guess that's why we picked him.
Defensive back?
Josiah Stewart.
Huh?
Defensive end. Wait. It's the font. It's the font, Tress. It's the font.
It's not the font.
That is not like a B.
Not like a B, bro.
Bobby.
Don't blame it on me.
Nah, blaming Bobby. Anyways, but yes,
of course.
Defensive end. My bad. Josiah Stewart. I feel like him and Jalen Verse would pair well together. Like I said earlier, he's from Michigan. We also got a running back, Jaquez Hunter from Auburn.
That was the guy you looked at, man. Look at you.
Yep. We also got a defensive tackle to help out with.
Ant was like, he'll come in and be the pass catcher, and it said
yeah,
weaknesses
variable.
can't catch.
Yes. I know that now.
That was
But
him.
I guess
I was very much.
I guess so. I
Hey,
guess we just love
they were listening
getting
to you,
running backs
though.
that can't
Yeah.
catch.
They listen to your
Yeah, but
input.
Kyron also can't catch too. So I guess we just love picking up broken running backs.
Jarquez could catch though, and
No,
he
that
can
was his
kick return.
weakness.
Oh,
His weakness
Yeah, that was
was
one of
like
his
he's not a
weaknesses.
good guy out the
He's not a
backfield
good
like the
catcher.
catch.
yeah.
Yeah. We also got Ty Hamilton, defensive tackle from Ohio State. Feel like he could be a good little duo with Puna Forward from the Chargers. Yeah, we also got a CP2.
CP2.
That's not related.
Let him wear
It's not.
number
That's
2,
not
bro.
related. It's
No
not
one wears
related
two on
to
the Rams,
CP3 at all. Whoever made up that joke, I hate you because they're not related at all. Anyways, and for our last, I don't even know if I can say this name right. For our last player, we got a wide receiver, Montana Mumfield.
Yep.
All right. Wide receiver from Pittsburgh.
Quintez Cephas wears number 2 for the Rams.
Yeah, no. Just give it
go
to
ahead and
Chris.
cut it.
Just give it to CP2, bro.
Yeah,
Quintez Cephas.
he's
Bro
a
didn't even
backup.
play a
He's a
snap
backup.
last year.
Yeah, just don't give it.
Just go ahead
Just give it to him. Just give it to him.
Sorry, Quintez.
I'd give this draft.
Yeah, we did. I forgot who we traded with, but
The
we traded
Rams
with
get
someone.
an A for me for getting a first-round pick next year.
Yeah.
That factors
Yeah.
a lot of it.
Our move
Yeah,
is to
actually,
try to get Arch Manning next year. So if everything goes well, I'll give it an A. But right now,
plus.
I'll give it a solid A. A plus.
I'll give it an A
if,
right
you
now.
know, everything goes well.
Yeah.
But yeah. Now let's go
Got
on to
anything
the
else for
Panthers.
us?
Oh, we were supposed to get the Panthers.
Well,
Panthers.
We'll
Yeah,
get
we're
there.
supposed to get
We're gonna get there.
Panthers guy.
We're literally gonna get there right now
Yeah,
as we speak.
as we speak. All
I
right.
hate it,
So
bro.
now we're here on the.
Are we gonna
Panthers
split
pick.
the roll call,
Yeah, we will.
or we'll just talk about each guy individually?
let's
Let's
just
just talk about each guy
individually.
individually.
All right, so starting here with Tedero McMillan. I'm being honest, I was skeptical about the pick at first because of the way I didn't know how. No one knew. Obviously, the draft is always unpredictable, but the defensive ends fell in our favor. But we didn't know that at pick 8. So when we passed on, I really didn't want Jalen Walker the whole time. I wanted a different defensive player, but I just thought he was the pick because of everything that was said about him. They said he really wanted to be there. If you look at his draft thing, his family thought he was going to be there. They were all wearing blue. They were saying boo when we drafted Tet. So I really thought thought we were going to get Jalen. Only because of all of that. But we got Bryce's big body wide receiver finally. Like I was saying earlier, Canales loves his big body wide receivers. He loves scheming them open. That's the thing. Like they said, he can't separate. But there's also talks about playing him in the slot, not at the X. He can play in the slot.
He can play at tight end. With his size,
he really can.
He really could.
But he's gonna
his
be our
physicality
X.
too.
He's gonna be our jump ball, and him not being able to separate and run routes, quote unquote. He's going against the perfect corner in practice to be able to learn how to separate in J.C. Horn, top 2 corner in the league. He's not number 1, sadly. It's Pat Surtain, but he's a close second. Perfect guy to go against and develop, actually. JC's gonna. Yeah. I hope JC does it with Leggett as well, though. Go ahead, Bobby. Talk about Team Matt.
So when we were on stream and Tedero was announced as our 8th pick, I was low key in shock because I really did think we would go defensive end Jalen Walker, and when I saw that, I literally screamed out, "Oh my God, we just picked Tedero McMillan!" So. And I was just like you. I was skeptical. I was like, how is this even going to work? Do we even make the right pick? now that everything has like pretty much settled down and the draft is over, see the vision, and I love the vision, and I love the way they're gonna use Tat as a jump ball receiver, and I mean obviously the route running and the separation will be improved through practice and games and things of that nature, but I heard a lot about his catch radius, and he could just catch tough balls, and I mean, big body receiver, as you said, so I'm really happy with this pick.
Second round pick, we traded up for Nick Scorton, defensive end for Texas A&M. The youngest player in the draft, 20 years old. And I like this pick a lot, more than Mike Green, because like I said earlier, good teams can afford to have Mike Green suspended for a little bit. We can't afford that. Nick comes in already being a good run stopper, something Panthers need. Ever since Ajiro got here, we've been the worst run stopping team in the league. It's sad, but Nick automatically will boost that. And his pass rush moves are there from what I've seen from the film I watched. His pass rush moves are there, and he will develop them, and they will continue to get better. And I know he's a dog. The eyes when we drafted him, and the camera when he knocked all those hats off, the eyes looked like they just like activated something. He was locked in. I'm happy with this pick. A lot of fans were like, why didn't we take Mike Green? Because, you know, they see the sack numbers, but like I said, we can't afford to have Mike Green suspended for 11 or 12 games, and we're missing that edge rush depth.
If the allegations are true, as
while Clowney is
obvious,
because Clowney will get hurt. He's like Bobby said, he was on the injury report on every game last year. He was on the injury report.
Every game.
I was sick of seeing him on there with a different injury every time. If it was the same injury, I'll be like, okay, but it was a different injury every time. So bringing him in, and like we didn't have to trade up much to get him. I think they said the Bears were targeting him, so we had to trade ahead of them. Because you know that goes on a lot in draft rooms where you got to hear like, hey, Bears are looking at him. Now we got to move up before them. I like this pick a lot. Day one starter, especially if Connie gets cut, which is very possible. With Panthers trying to sign safety Julian Blackman, we're gonna need to make some money. And it would have to be Clowney, most likely. Go ahead, Bobby.
I feel like you basically did pretty much hit it on the head. I see the upside. The upside is for sure there. He didn't have a lot of production at Texas A&M, so I think they were looking at
he had the
more like the measurables and the upside.
No, he had the production at Purdue,
but
Texas A&M
he did
is
very
known
much
to not give all the sacks to their defensive ends.
Yeah,
they like their blitzing linebackers or their defensive tackles. So that's why he didn't have the production. When he was at Purdue, he had the production.
Yeah, he could have obviously went first round too, because that's where he was projected for like most of the draft process.
Jahad Campbell didn't fall so far, I think he was an Eagle. But luckily Jahad fell, so we were able to trade up and get him.
Yeah, I think you hit it on the head. But I want to talk about my favorite pick.
Guy.
Yeah, my favorite pick, Princely Uman Mielen. Shit, I just see a guy who could. I did hear things that he doesn't really use his power like that, but bro said he squats like 700.
He does.
So
I seen the video today.
I don't even know what people are even. Maybe it's like a certain amount of power that he doesn't use.
He doesn't use it as much as he should. He has the power, but he doesn't use it. That's what people are saying. Like he only tries to use finesse. And that's something that coach can change. Coach can literally say, "Hey, start using some of those power moves, and still use your finesse moves, but still use those power moves because they can surprise the defensive or not defensive, an offensive tackle, offensive guard if he does a stunt." I really like this pick. He had 7.5 sacks last year.
I think he if I'm not mistaken.
And this one was very surprising because we didn't trade up to get him, right? Yeah, no.
He just fell. He just fell
right to us. And I seen the pick early because I accidentally looked at the NFL website, and all I said was "wow," and then I waited for Bobby to see it, and he was like,
"And I
yes!
I think I had said we're gonna get Princely."
You said Princely, and then we both were like, or are we taking a safety here? And then I'm happy about Princely. We'll talk about the safety we got later. And I think we didn't get a safety for what I was talking about with Julian Blackmon. But our next pick was our most questionable, I guess, and that's Trevor Etienne, running back from Georgia.
I had woke up like right before that pick, and I saw it. I was like, Trevor Etienne. I was like,
he has the one.
He's a dog, though.
That Chuba and Rico Dowdle don't have, and that's speed. They're the bruiser backs.
And he could catch the ball too, though.
And he can catch the ball. So they're definitely going to have him in some packages, but I think because there's no way we drafted a kick return in the 4th round, so they definitely have some plans for him. Some speed packages. People said run the triple option.
Could do that.
We might do that. Canales, towards the end of the year, his playbook got really creative.
It got open. It got open.
I was like, what is he doing?
It got open.
He's getting comfortable, and as he gets more comfortable, he's going to make packages like those. Didn't we do a flea flicker? We stopped one.
We stopped one. We could have done it. I think we did a flea flicker that game. I think
we did one. Yeah, we did one that game. And I remember because that's when DJ Wanham got his first sack. On that flea flicker. But yeah, so Dave Canales definitely has some plans for him. People think it's a bad pick, but I'm like, I'm just gonna trust them. That they see. Obviously, they're in the front office. They do a lot more research than we do into these guys, so they know something we don't. Like I said, he has the speed, and that's what I really think they like because Jonathan Brooks is out for the year. Rico Dowdle's on a 1-year deal, so.
And in all honesty, you can't like get enough running backs.
Running backs
like you're
so
gonna
much. The running
you got to get as many running backs as you can.
Chuba's only on a 3-year deal, so.
So he could be out for a whole year, and that's a year wasted. And then we use, and Rico Dowdle's only on a 1 year, so
it would just be
there's Trevor Etienne, and possibly JB, but who knows if that's gonna turn out how it should.
All right, our next pick, the guy Bobby calls Majestic.
He is
Majestic. Lathan Ransom, safety from the Ohio State.
I was happy when I saw that pick.
That we got a safety. What people don't like about the pick, and I agree with him to some extent, but at least we have a safety. He's the exact type of safety as Trayvon Merrick, and it's the run stopping safety, the strong safety,
big hitter,
not the free safety. We don't have a free. Well, we have our UDFA from last year, Damani Richardson, but I think they're gonna try and bring someone else in. But Lathan, I really like. He can lay some big hits. Yeah. They said, I think I was looking at his weaknesses. They said, will his big hits translate to the NFL?
Yeah.
And that sometimes he'll gamble on taking the big hit where he'll miss the tackle.
Right. And that's just discipline.
Yeah, like that's discipline. Like
that also takes a lot of practice as well.
Comes to the NFL level, like you're not always going to get those big hits. Sometimes with these running backs like Saquon and Bijan,
they're too shifty.
You gotta wrap them up and take them down. Don't try and lay that big hit because they will bounce off of that if you just try to hit them with your shoulder pad.
Right.
I like that pick. I was glad we got a safety. I wanted Billy Bowman though, but it's okay.
You had to watch film.
A guy that I heard the least about, Cam Jackson.
I really didn't hear anything about him.
Huge human being. I think he's 6'6" and like 8'9".
I could tell,
so
bro.
6'7".
I could tell. And I heard his voice. He's from the South. He's large.
He's basically gonna play. He's basically our other nose tackle. So maybe Shaw Tuttle still gets cut.
Maybe.
I really hope Cam Jackson makes the team. He's big. He can take up a gap. So he definitely should make the team.
Yeah.
That's all I really know about him. Big guy.
I don't know much
I'll
about
go watch
him.
Cam Jackson film.
Yeah.
Next guy, Mitchell Evans, who the day before we drafted him, I was seeing a lot of Panthers fans saying, go get Mitchell Evans. So we got Mitchell Evans. He's a good blocker, sure-handed, runs good routes.
Yep. And a Notre Dame guy.
Yeah, we have 3 tight ends. Basically, he reminds a lot of Panthers fans and scouts about former Panthers tight end Greg Olsen.
I heard Jason Witten.
Oh, I heard Greg Olsen.
That's not a bad comparison either.
It's not.
It's a great comparison, actually.
And ever since Greg Olsen, we haven't had that tight end because we've been stuck with.
We really haven't.
Ian Thomas.
That's your boy.
We've been stuck with him. He's finally gone. He's on the Raiders now.
Have fun with that, Raiders.
They will. But people are like, why are we taking a tight end? We just took JT last year. JT.
You can never get enough tight ends either, though.
JT, concussions. Tommy Trimble.
Tommy, too.
Tommy with the concussions, too. Mitchell Evans can come in. And, if he has to, he'll start.
All right.
I like the pick.
And I think this next pick is everybody's favorite pick.
This is my favorite pick. So before we get into more about him, Jimmy Horn Jr. from Colorado, by the way, speedster.
It's very fast.
Speedster.
Very
we finally
fast.
got a speedster wide receiver for Bryce. That's the one thing he hasn't had ever since we drafted him.
Oh, really?
DJ Chark. Get that guy out of here.
Shut up. Shut up. Don't even bring that guy up.
The goalpost against Tampa Bay.
Fucking fumbled. Oh my god, that's my first curse word of I think this video. I don't think I've said any curse words. Fuck DJ Chark.
That was Frank Reich.
I don't even
actually. No, it was Frank Reich.
It was.
That's
your boy, DJ.
But we finally got Bryce the speedster. He will make the team.
For sure.
And I've seen when they were talking about him, they said they fell in love with him during the pre-draft process when they met with him, and that's when they just knew they had to get this guy if he falls to them. And I'm glad he did. We finally have someone we can throw go routes to. We have Coker, we got Leggett, but this is our speedster. This is the
those drag
speed,
and slant routes.
This is the 97 speed on Madden type of guy. We never had one of those.
We
always only had 92s.
91, 90s, 89s.
87 with Adam Thielen. So,
yeah.
That's just how I'm comparing him, just in case people play Madden. He's that type of guy.
Yeah. He will return your punts and kickoffs.
So, Raheem Blackshear?
On.
Bye-bye.
All right.
David Moore? Bye-bye. Dan Chisena? Bye-bye.
Okay. No Dan Chisena hate, okay?
I'm not hating on him. I'm just saying. I'm hoping Moose. Hey, I don't care if Moose has to go be our special teams ace.
I really do hope Moose makes the team.
Moose.
I don't care in what capacity it is.
Please make the team, Moose. But yeah, I really like the Panthers draft. We aced the draft.
I did too. And it's not biased either.
It's not biased.
Caesar?
Caesar?
Caesar? Caesar? It's not biased either.
Summon him.
So I will summon him. He's about to come in right now.
Just to say a fat joke and then leave.
Yeah, he will.
But the Panthers get an A+.
A+, yeah.
They fill needs. Like I said, if we got Tetaroa and the edges didn't fall the way they did, I wouldn't like to draft it.
It'd probably be like a B.
Yeah, I wouldn't like it as much, and that's me being a fan and an analyst.
Yeah, but in analyst terms,
the way the board fell for us, perfect. No, I give it an A+.
Yeah.
What's it called? I think a bunch of people are calling it A+ too. It's not just y'all.
Yeah,
it's not just us. It's a lot of people giving it an A+.
Because this draft makes me believe in Dan Morgan a lot more. Because last year's draft was good.
It was shaky.
A lot of good guys that can develop into it. But this one, because every other draft, ever since Scott Fitterer, the draft would be these no-name guys that no one knows, but they have high upside, like DJ Johnson. No hate to DJ Johnson, but those type of guys. Now we're actually picking known guys that will turn into something. Even Jimmy Horn there from Colorado. I seen him. Yeah. I think I played against him in college football, I was like, Panther.
Burnt.
Yeah, he burnt past me.
I think we both did agree on that.
And I was like, Panther.
I think we did.
Because he burnt past me.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to go play with like Princely now in college football.
Yeah, this draft is for sure one of our best since probably like 2020.
Marty Herney has some good drafts.
Yeah, but I don't think I've ever like been this in tuned into a Panthers draft until this year.
Yeah,
where looking into all the players like felt personal to an extent.
Mm-hmm.
Although we don't know these guys and they don't know us, but seeing the front office draft these guys that we looked into and that we wanted, I think it's a perfect draft in all honesty.
Yeah,
and it's guys that are most likely gonna play
like
game one
all
of the
these
season.
Guys, I think will make the team.
Right.
I don't think any of these guys should be cut. Cam Jackson is the most likely to be cut out of this list.
Right, and even then he will still be on the
will
team.
Make the team. Nick Princely will obviously make the team. Trevor's making the team. Lathan's making the team. Cam is the only one that I'm like, will he? Mitchell Evans will make the team as our third tight end. Jimmy Horn will make it as just a wide receiver. Not even just as a
kick returner,
just as a wide receiver. I feel like he makes the team. And since we're talking about drafts, the Panthers even had some pretty good UDFA signings. I'm glad that account has like a UDFA tracker that I could just go open. And we just signed Hunter Renfrow the day that we're recording this. This wide receiver room's very, very interesting.
Very deep and interesting.
Because Tetaroa, Liget, Coker, I think those are the three guys that they really want to develop and always have on the field. And Thielen's going to be more of the coming off the bench guy instead of Coker.
It's kind of like having Chris Paul coming off the bench.
Yeah. And then like we both said, we both hope Moosin makes the team. I hope, because we had Dan Chisena being our special teams ace when Sam Franklin went down. I hope if Moose has to do that, Moose, go do that.
Go do it. Go lay down a hit or something. Go field a punt.
But some other UDFAs we signed. UDFA tracker. I'm looking at the wrong account. We signed a couple wide receiver UDFAs. We signed a camp arm UCLA QB Ethan Garbers. I think he's garbage.
I was about to just mention him. Okay.
No, he is garbage.
He's garbage?
Yes, he's garbage.
Oh.
Oklahoma offensive tackle Michael Tarquin. That he's probably not making the team either. These next two guys have a real chance of making the team and competing for spots. UCF wide receiver Kobe Hudson. He's a dog. I really think he has a good chance to make the team. David Moore, like I said, bye-bye. Jacoby George as well. We gave him like the same type of contract we gave Coker, which means that we have high hopes for him to make the team. Because they said we gave him a bigger contract than he would have made if we just drafted him instead of Jimmy Horn.
Really? Wow.
Yeah. So I think we have high hopes for him. The guy that will 100% make the team is the UDFA FSU kicker Ryan Fitzgerald.
Oh yeah.
We finally got a kicker, even though I want to undress.
And even then, Ryan could have got drafted too.
He really
but he just fell out.
South Carolina linebacker Bam Martin Scott. Haven't heard much of him.
Oh, DJ, you forgot another UDFA for the Bucks.
Who? Oh, Shiloh.
Yeah.
Shiloh.
Shiloh.
Vandy, O-line, Steven Lasoya. He's not making the team. Arkansas State safety Trevion Thomas. He's not making the team either.
He could.
He might. South Dakota corner Mike Reed might make the team. I was looking at him. He's the type of corner that Gyro likes. Minnesota defensive back Jack Henderson. Defensive back.
Defensive back?
He's a white corner.
Yeah.
Yeah, him.
That guy. He's making the team.
He's making the team, yeah.
He's making the team.
Let me go follow him real quick because I know he will make the team.
They said Cooper DeJean who?
Louisville corner Corey Thornton.
We got all of these guys are for the training camp.
Yeah,
and preseason.
Michigan State running back K-Ron Lynch Adams or Lynch Adams.
sounds like a real dude too. Oh my
What,
god.
Lynch Adams? Yeah.
Yeah,
He
it
is.
sounds like a real dude.
Nebraska safety Isaac Gifford, a white defensive back again, and Fresno State linebacker
Reed Blankenship who?
Tuasivi Nomura, an Islander.
Anthony's
I'm
guy.
guessing. And we got an Islander.
Got another one.
Linebacker?
Yeah. But
Yeesh.
that was all the UDFAs. I just wanted to read them since they're technically part of the draft process. We'll see. I was thinking when I left earlier when our next NFL video is going to be, for those if you're wondering. Probably going to be around the schedule release, or if we just what we were talking about earlier, doing a way too early 2026 mock draft. We'll probably do one of those sooner or later.
Probably around when training camp starts.
Yeah, probably around when training camp, or soon, since it's technically still draft season.
Yeah.
But yeah,
draft fever.
that is it for this video.
Yep.
And you could do the outro since you have the intro to Wednesday's video. Wednesday's segment.
Oh yeah, Wednesday segment.
Long segment is.
Don't know that it's a
So,
long segment.
Yeah. Just so y'all know, this is all our opinions, you know. So if you hate it, you can hate it, but it is our opinions. So
Bobby,
yeah.
why are you in portrait?
Why is Bobby in portrait? But yes, anyways, if y'all like the content, you know, don't forget to hit the subscribe button, not the follow button, but hit the subscribe button. No, hit both. Yeah, hit both. Don't
Follow
forget
the
to
Instagram and TikTok.
watch the video.
Follow the Instagram, TikTok.
Yeah, no.
I don't know. Have they been popping up throughout this time? I haven't seen them.
I'm not too sure.
Well, let's have them pop up right now.
But yeah, don't forget to also hit a follow on the socials, to keep updated with our little channel, you know, because
If you guys
sometimes,
like
you
the
know, we do
graphics,
have
let us
technical
know.
issues.
Yeah,
that too.
I think I highlighted them. So
We plan to do those more for videos, so
More
it's not
often.
just you're looking at us
It's not
while we're
just
reading
seeing
off a
us.
paper.
yeah, Anthony's beautiful face.
Yeah.
But yeah,
I know y'all get tired
yeah.
of seeing Anthony's beautiful face.
But yeah, shout out to Bobby and
You got him
DJ for
blushing,
making all the graphics, all the
I tried my best.
32
They're
graphics.
Lane the third.
Lane
the third. Yes.
Lane the
But yeah,
third.
if y'all like this type of content, don't forget to, you know, follow us, because we're pretty entertaining.
Let us know if you do.
Also, don't forget to come by, you know, watch the Pop Crank that we started like 2 weeks ago. But yeah, don't forget to watch that. And follow our Twitches. I don't know any of our Twitches. Nice.
Only know
Flashy
mine.
streams with the
Yes, sir.
multiple Z's, right?
Yeah, it's like 4 Z's.
And we got TMJ.
TMJ1_.
Yeah. And then we have Young Chubbs 19.
And Zombie Boy
Yes, sir.
76.
We don't
Zombie
care
Boys
about the.
76.
We don't care about zombie boys. I'm just kidding. We do.
Okay. Just so y'all know, that is our Marvel Messiah, Caesar. So, yeah.
I got beef
But
with
yeah,
him now,
that
so y'all won't be
concludes.
seeing him for a little bit.
Yeah. But yeah, that concludes the 30th episode of the Bobcast. We'll be catching you later. I didn't put my hands up. Freeze! Oh.